CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Welcome to Winters Mill High School, where it is time for another CMSportsNet Football Game of the Week broadcast. We've got South Carroll and Winters Mill about to kick off Week 6 in Carroll County. I'm Pat Stoetzer of the Community Media Center. Joining me once again, former South Carroll coach Mike Kraus. Coach, thanks for joining me, and just wondering real quick what you're looking forward to most out of these two teams tonight.
I'm looking for two teams to compete on both sides of the football for us tonight.
And both teams compete for the full time, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
We'll talk more about that as we get going. We got some more pregame content to get into, but first, a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. The CM Sportsnet Game of the Week will be right back.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Back, CM Sportsnet Game of the Week, South Carolina Winters Mill, Week 6 in the Carroll County Athletic League. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus with you. We're getting closing in on kickoff here. But first, we want to check in with both coaches. And first up is South Carroll coach Mike Crumley in his first season, trying to get the Cavaliers to win number 1, facing the Falcons at Winters Mill. Let's hear from Coach Crumley. Coach, we're a month into the season. You guys are still looking for that first win, I know, but you got to be looking for some positives and some optimism in terms of how things have looked for the first month or so. What would you like to see the kids if they've gone from the first day of practice to now as we get into Week 6?
Sure. So the good news is that, you have some adversity in the beginning of the season through the first 5 games, and what's nice is I look at our team and nobody's out there quitting on us. We've got guys who are dedicated to continuing to try to improve ourselves on both sides of the ball. And we're seeing that effort, that sustained effort level. We're going up against some pretty tough competitions, but we're not hanging our heads. We're ready for every next game.
Does that competition, obviously, I know the answer a little bit, but it's going to make the kids better as the season goes on, facing those teams like you have them being a part of the year?
Certainly we think so. There's that old expression that iron sharpens iron. And we've gone up against some big boys, starting off the season down at Chesapeake, running through Ligonor, and then, of course, having Westminster and Man Valley here in the county. But that only, like you said, hopes to make us better by proving that, we go up against those guys like that. And then when we finally start to see schools that maybe match up better in size to us, that we'll be prepared for those games.
All right, now it's time for the national anthem, performed on the field by Winters Mill Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Winners Mill color guard under the direction of Chris Ambrosius, First Sergeant.
National anthem, and now we're going to head in and listen to Coach Matt Miller as his team gets prepared for tonight's game against South Carolina. Let's hear from Coach Miller. Coach, we're basically halfway through the regular season, and you guys right now have passed every test. How pleased are you with the way these guys have met the challenge of the one-week seasons through the first 5 and have come out with 5 victories?
I'm excited. I tell the kids enjoy it. Wins are hard to come by, even for good teams, and I don't want them to not enjoy the moment. It's just we got to keep our focus on the task at hand. It's certainly nice having these wins under our belt against quality teams. It's fun. I like it. It's better than losing.
You're pleased with both sides of the ball, I know, but is there one side that really has gotten you've been given more kudos to because of how they've met the challenges from the first week of the season till now?
It's been week to week. When we played against Key, we were down the whole game. The defense kind of kept us in it, but then we come back the next week against Century and the offense rolls with 35 points. So each week we've gotten what we needed out of the kids. And it's so many the same kids on both sides of the ball. They step up where they need to and they give us what we need. And, like Friday we beat a good team in Liberty. That was encouraging. We stifled them when we were on defense, and then we were offense. We were pretty methodical there on that first drive. It was a nice scoring drive to start the game, and we came out to win.
You're never going to take any county team for granted. Nobody should. How important is it to stress to your kids this week that, hey, we're facing South Carroll. They're looking for their first win. They're hungry. We can't look past, not that we would, we can't look past these guys if we want to get a victory in week 6.
We've been the underdog so many times around here, and I tell our kids all the time, think about those games where we went into looking to knock off the top team. We wouldn't lay down. We wouldn't, step aside for anyone. So I don't expect they're going to do any different. It's a very proud program down there with a lot of history. And what's misleading about that team is they've played some very, very good teams leading up to this point. So that 0-5 record, that comes with a little bit of a caveat because they've kind of had a murderer's row to start. So we got to be prepared. We have got to be prepared, or they're going to give us all we can handle.
Thanks to both coaches for giving us a little bit of time this week. And there you go, Coach Kraus, the team stats heading into this game. And obviously glaring there is the offense. Points for just 21 right now for South Carolina. That's got to change in a hurry if the Cavaliers want to start winning some ball games. You mentioned compete. I would say that's part of the mission number 1 there is to try to keep pace.
Yeah, looking to see tonight how South Carroll handles Winners Mill's defense and their 3-3 stack formation. And then on the opposite side, looking to see how, South Carroll's defense holds on to Winners Mill's running game. So it's going to be a good football game, I think.
A couple of defensive players to watch in tonight's game. You got Landon Hamper, kind of a bright spot for South Carolina. There have been definitely some bright spots despite the record. 26.5 tackles, 2 takeaways by himself. And then Nico Baez, one of the talented linebackers for Winners Mill, who also is one of their running backs with 129 rush yards and on defense 1.5 sacks. And a couple of guys in the middle of the field we'll see a lot of, I think, today on both sides of the ball. Winners Mill is going to receive the opening kick. And we are set to go.
Back deep for the Falcons, Aaron Jones
from about his own 10-yard line finds a nice seam there. That was Caleb Evans, the quarterback, kicking off. Coach Kraus was the first question mark there. Usually we see Cannon Hunter, as a kicker. So right now it's Caleb Evans doing the kicking duties.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there, but Cannon must be out tonight, and Caleb's stepping in to do those jobs tonight.
Here's Winners Mill starting offense led by standout quarterback Caleb Kraus, who also stars on defense at linebacker. And we've mentioned Camden Cook's name a few times. You call him the weapon, and rightfully so. He plays basically 4 ways for them. Defensive back, punter, kicker, and wide receiver. So 1st and 10, Falcons from the 36-yard line. First play is a jet sweep. And Aaron Jones is going to take it.
If they don't seal those edges, it's going to be a long night. They've got to be able to stop that play.
It's a nice play on first down, and picks up 9. So second and short now for there's a run there for the first down.
It's the first opportunity to see how Winters Mill's offensive line is going to get off the football, and they moved some people, so they got the first down.
Into South Carroll territory now, 1st and 10 from the 46 of South Carroll. So a couple of running plays so far off the bat for Big Mill.
Yeah, they're finding a lot of success in this running game this season. So
pitch to number 3, that's Paris Lee.
Nice play.
Not a lot of room on that side. South Carroll stretched him out, making the tackle there.
That was Hamper.
Second down and 10.
That was Hamper, correct? Number 9, yeah, Hamper. So
Hamper of the Cavaliers.
South Carroll's defense. Some names in there that Coach Kraus is familiar with.
I am.
Some athletes and
some young bucks in there too.
Bucks and their four-man front with a bevy of linebackers there too. Again, led by number 9, Landon Hamper. You're going to hear Gennaro Marchani's name a little bit here too tonight on defense. First pass of the game. Had a man. That was Aaron Jones. Incomplete. That'll bring up third down and 12.
About 3rd down and 12 yards to go for the Falcons.
And this is what South Carroll really is looking for, to get them behind 2 sticks on 3rd down, force them to put the ball up in the air if that's the case, and then be in a position to make a play.
Third and 12. Be a big stand here if South Carroll could keep them behind the sticks.
Yes, this would be a big play.
Early. This time going to be set up a screen to number 5, Tyler Carroll. Gets close to first down yardage. Nice play. Nice play call for Winters Mill.
Yeah, safe throw.
And moving the chain. It's a Winters Mill first down.
Big play on 3rd and 12 to pick that up.
Yeah, that's going to bode well for their offense. Picking up a big first down, being behind the sticks.
Keep the offense on the field.
Yep.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with our scoreboard. We're going to do our best to get it set here for you guys in the coming minutes. That's a nice play on defense by South Carroll to stack them up in the backfield.
Yeah, so you see Anthony Rodriguez playing over top the center there, and he picks the side. Yep. Picks the side, just shoots the gap, tries to get in the backfield and create tandem.
That was a good job by South Carroll's front. They're going to need more plays like that to stay.
They need
in the
a lot
game.
of them, yes.
There's a handoff up the middle, and Paris Lee, I believe number 2, gets some of that yard back.
Brought down by Jake Miller.
It'll be a 3rd down again for Winters Mill.
3rd and manageable, yep. That's where you got to look out for Caleb here, Crouch.
We've seen it many times already this year, Coach, where the running back can use his legs as that extra weapon.
Yes.
And on 3rd and short, 3rd and about 4, inside the 35-yard line. And you dialed it up, Coach.
Yep.
And Kraus, I think with that extra push, gets a first down. He does. So it just makes it another thing we got to pay attention to on defense. We've seen Kyrese Walker do it at Westminster. We've seen Caleb Kraus do it at Winters Mill.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback that can run, it takes away that +1 theory that you want to try to be, because you have to account for him. So, Caleb's a good athlete.
He is. We see him make plays at linebacker.
Yep.
On special teams.
Lee set up to his right.
And it's Lee again. And nice job there by 58 for South Carroll to not stay off that block. Yeah, Jimmy Graham. Otherwise, Lee had a little bit of room on the outside.
Yeah, good job by Graham to grab cloth and slow him down and wait for the cavalry to get there.
Second and, call it 6 from the 19-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Winters Mill. Handoff again to Paris Lee. This time he comes around the right side. He's got room.
He's in.
And he is in for a Winters Mill touchdown.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, the first series answers the question on the front.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, Winters Mill front dominated in that series, so he went in untouched.
Untouched. Found a little space on that right side and broke it out to another level, and no South Carroll defender over there. So a long touchdown run on Winters Mill's first possession. They lead 6-0. 7:23 left the first quarter, and Camden Cook will attempt the PAT.
Boom.
And I think he drilled it.
It's up and it is good. And with 7 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So, opening statement there for Winters Mill. Picked up a big third and long, a couple third downs to get the drive moving. It's early. That's the first drive. We're halfway through the first quarter, but Winters Mill has made the opening statement.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that, you know, Coach Miller and his staff had a little bit of an issue this week after their big victory last week. You know, does his team come out and play, you know, confident, or do they play cocky?
Yeah.
And I think they played very confident in that first series and moved the ball down the field. So,
if you're South Carroll, I mean, you've been in this situation too many times this year. But like Coach Crumley talked about, and you and I talked about it during the pregame, is that South Carroll has shown a little more. They're not quitting these last couple of weeks, but this is an early test for them to see what they can do in this week.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how their offense answers here. They've been competing the last 2 weeks. I think the first couple of weeks they were outmanned, and then when they lost Rodriguez, I think they lost a little bit of their gumpture. But, you know, the last couple of weeks in watching them, they seem to have gotten a little bit more of their competitiveness back. So we'll see. Interesting to see how they do on offense here.
Paris Lee already with 36 yards on the ground,
Wow.
a touchdown. So they definitely went to Paris Lee exclusively there on that first drive, and it paid off.
Well, the thing with Winters Mill, Paris Lee is just a number of ones in the stable. They've got 3 or 4 guys that can run the football well.
Absolutely, and here's the kickoff, and talk about a weapon that goes drills into the end zone for a touchback.
That's huge. That's huge. I don't care what team you're playing. If you have a kicker that can kick it in the end zone and start your team at the 20-yard line, that's ridiculous.
So South Carroll will start. 1st and 10 from the 20. And Caleb Evans is your quarterback.
Winters Mill runs this 3-3 stack, so it'll be interesting to see how the South Carroll offensive line picks up their pressure, because you never know where it's coming from.
We'll see if South Carroll's offense can answer. Man in motion, coming to the near side, and the first play will be a handoff. Nice cutback. That's Anthony Rodriguez, number 26. Was about to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He did a nice job making that cut back to the left.
He was patient and waited for his hold to develop. Yep.
Rodriguez gets about 4 yards. They're going 2nd and 6 for the Cavs.
Second down, and we'll call it 6 from the 24.
Trips formation.
Another man in motion. That's JoJo Gelati.
JoJo Gelati.
He may have been a
I
little
think
bit
he went
early.
real quick. Yep.
If pass is complete to the far side, but I think it's coming back, Coach.
Yeah,
I think he might have
so
gone
too.
a little early.
But that's a good play for a young quarterback in Caleb Evans. You know, that's a good play. Just got to get the timing down. That's all.
And a young receiver in JoJo Gelati, who
Yeah, sophomore.
we
Yeah.
know is a standout wrestler,
Yep.
state champion. I think he knew that play was coming to him, and he wanted to get out there and create some space. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Going to put him behind the sticks now.
Yep, it should be 1st and 15. Or I'm sorry, 2nd down. 2nd down, we'll call it 11. They had gained yards on 1st down. Incomplete pass.
Evans pass to Rodriguez.
Trying to get it to Rodriguez. That'll bring up another 3rd and long.
It was a good play call. You just need to put it out there in front of him, let him run under it a little bit.
I like South Carroll's got the guys in motion, trying to make things happen on offense a little bit there. But there's South Carroll starting offense. And We mentioned Manny Rodriguez. He was kind of the bell cow in that backfield. He unfortunately went down with an injury a few weeks ago, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Next man up mentality, though, for South Carroll, and his brother Anthony steps into that spot.
Yes. And I think Coach Crumley's looking for some things out of him.
Just going to say, and also good experience for a youngster, like you said.
Yes.
So the first chance here, 3rd and long.
Flag on the play. Evans pass incomplete.
We're going to get a hold.
Harassed by number 24, Tommy Hinkhouse.
We got a flag, though. Think it's coming back.
Yeah, I think there was a hold. Ineligible.
Downfield, okay. That's going to be fourth down.
Fourth down. Play. 11 yards to go, and the Cavs will bring out the punting unit.
And they're back to punt. There's Winters Mill's defense, and we mentioned a couple of those guys already. So many guys play both ways and do a really good job at it for Winters Mill. Baez, Kraus, Lee, Denning, Poole with interceptions weeks ago. We know Camden Cook and Rome back there in the defensive backfield. So South Carroll back to punt. Caleb Evans again.
Caleb Evans,
backfield. So it's a good snap. Goes to the rugby style kick.
Cavaliers.
Didn't get all of it there. It's going to probably be in South Carroll territory as Winters Mill starts over 1st and 10 now. And they're gonna spot it all the way into 35. So not the best kick there by Evans.
That's one you'd like to kick on a line drive and get a roll and get a bounce.
I like the idea of creating the space with the rugby kick or rugby style, but it is a little bit of a gamble if you don't get the ball square.
Yep. Hunter must have a soccer game or something tonight. Maybe that's it.
There is a soccer game tonight.
Yeah. So he's a dual sport participant.
Well, that would do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunate for the football team, but for the soccer team to meet him there. So anyway, 1st and 10 now. South Carroll from the 35, and there's a reverse pitch to number 2, Nico Baez. Sniffed out pretty well by South Carroll. That's 51. That's Gennaro Marchani, and 9, Landon Hamper on the tackle. Otherwise, a nice play by South Carroll. So it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Where's Mill reaching in the playbook a little bit, trying to catch South Carroll flat-footed there, and they didn't work.
Yeah. One extra pitch. There's a handoff again. It looks like Paris Lee doing a nice job getting some yards after the initial contact, Coach.
Yeah, they're in that 21 personnel, 2 back, 1 tight end, and running towards that tight end. Paris Lee is really finding some spaces.
That was Jake Miller on the tackle for South Carroll, but not before another Winters Mill 1st down. Paris Lee is having himself a quarter here so far.
Yep. Another young guy, Jake Miller. He's only a sophomore.
Yep. So they're going to have a couple spells of growing pains in a
future
season like
bodes
this.
well.
Of course, of course. You'll remember seasons like this when you struggle, when you can turn around and say, hey, I remember when.
Absolutely. Winters Mill's saying that a lot this year.
Yep. 1st and 10, back to Lee. He breaks through the first line. It's about 5 or 6, so Paris Lee is off to a really good start here for Winters Mill. We're going to call it a gain of 7, so 2nd and 3 now, and we know what's happening. We know what Winters Mill's doing on offense. Let's continue to run the ball until South Carroll can stop them.
That's their MO. Yep.
2nd and 3, 4.5 to go or so in the opening quarter. CMSportsNet game of the week from Winters Mill High School. Senior night.
Now we have number 12 in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Malachi Denning, I believe, another ball carrier for Winters Mill.
Malachi Denning on the carry.
He got close to a first down. I think he got it. They're going to measure. Looks like it's nope, it's first down. First down signaled by the referee. So 1st and 10. The clock will start.
You're going to start seeing those young guys from South Carroll start to cheat up a step, and then that's going to open up something over the top. You watch.
Under 4 to play. 1st and 10 from about the 14. Another run. This time it's Denning. Close to the goal line. He is in for the touchdown. Malachi Denning. And 2 drives, 2 touchdown runs for the Falcons.
And Cook back for the point after attempt for the Falcons.
And Cook will try to make it 14-0. And we got a flag.
On the play. Some movement on the line.
See what we got here. Somebody moved.
Yeah.
I don't know what side, but somebody moved. And it's all Winters Mill.
Yep.
False start called on the Falcons. That'll back the extra point attempt up just a little bit.
So a couple long runs on for Winters Mill in the red zone to score touchdowns.
You know, I'm very impressed with Winters Mill's offensive front. You know, they have done a great job in the games that we've seen them this year, and they continue to do the job.
That backs them up 5 yards, but it's probably not an issue when you got Camden Cook back
No,
there.
I wouldn't be holding my breath, saying that it's a big problem.
A little bit of a
Nice
tough snap. Cook drills it. He's going to drill it all the way out of the middle. He went over the hill, I believe. Oh, no, it didn't. But it did. Either way, it's a long kick. 14-0 Winters Mill. There you see Malachi Denning, this time going off to the left side. Paris Lee went to the right for his first touchdown. And impressive so far on those 2 drives from Winters Mill to churn the ground yards out that they did.
Great start for Winters Mill. Great start. You know, at home, getting a couple scores up, you know, putting your opponent deep in their territory. Yes, great start.
And if you're Winters Mill, I mean, you've made a few plays on defense, but you've gotten a couple times they had them in the 3rd down situation, but they're going to figure out how to stop the run, or else it's going to be a long day for South Carroll.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
It was interesting to hear, you know, Coach Crumley talk earlier this week about when we went down to chat with him that, you know, look, no one wants to be 0-5. Nobody wants to lose games.
No.
But they don't have a lot of guys who have hung their heads. Maybe in the beginning of the season when they didn't like how that felt to lose by 50 to Linganore. No, of course, no one likes that. But the way that they've turned it a little bit the last couple of weeks, they've scored some points in the last couple of games. Again, 21 points this year through 5 games is not great. No one's going to say it is, but they want to at least be going in the right direction as we go into October and to try to do something positive the rest of the way.
Right. They're having the same issues that Century's having. You know, they can't put points on the board.
Right.
You know, and when you can't put points on the board and keep the game somewhat even, it puts a lot of stress on your defense. So that's tough.
And you just, you know, they're high school kids. We talked about this many times. You're going to get dejected when you lose by double digits and there's running clocks. Nobody wants that.
No,
it's great when you're on the other side of it, but when you're on the bad side of it, you want to just get away from the field as much as possible. But the kids need to stay the course, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff tries to tell them.
Oh, there's no doubt that's what they're telling them day in and day out.
Stromer's Farm, Buck and Grill, The Cow,
So it'll be 1st and 10 again after another touchback. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers, and Caleb Evans will trot the offense back to the line of scrimmage. The far hash from where we're sitting in the press box at Winters Mill. Another big crowd, Coach. It's senior night. And they've been having big crowds all year, all fall, and rightfully so when you're 5-0.
Yeah, this is a great community up here. They're going to support their program.
It's a nice cutback, Anthony Rodriguez. He's got some room here. And Anthony Rodriguez, first big play for South Carroll. Nice job by Rodriguez. Tackle made by number 3, Paris Lee, but not before a big first down. So
I like that. Look at that. Nice blocking on the edge.
Sheds one guy, gets behind big 71.
Yep.
Vincent Blayett. And a nice first down for South Carroll.
Absolutely. And those are the things that they can build on.
You got to do a couple of those.
We talked about that with Century, you know.
Yes.
Just get a couple first downs and move the ball. Move the chains.
And that they did, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. So a good run on first down. Oh, there's a handoff in the backfield to 32.
Campaneshi.
Is that Campaneshi?
Yep.
Tackled in the backfield by 24.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by
That's Tommy Hinkhouse. And Nico Baez again on the tackle. You hear a lot of Baez, a lot of Lee, a lot of Crouch in the middle of the defense.
Quarterback needed to ride that a little bit more and then pull it once he saw the defensive end in position there.
So the Cavaliers fall behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out to Gelati. Going to use some of that speed. Pretty good play there by Gelati. Get some of that negative yards back.
Yep.
Make it a 3rd and manageable as the sophomore bobbled the ball a little bit, but kept his head about him and turned it into a positive gain.
Stayed focused to catch it in his hands and then get upfield. Yep.
Going to be about 3rd and 5 as we are 2:08, 2:09 left in the first quarter. Mentioned it was senior night. Had a one of the Winters Mill moms approached me before the game. I thought, what do we do? And she wanted to make sure that she told me that Dallas Poole's grandmother is watching this game tonight from South Carolina.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Want to give a shout out to that. We got some viewers from other states watching our games. We appreciate that.
Get upfield. Go.
3rd down and
nice
a big
job
first
by Anthony.
down.
Yep.
Anthony Rodriguez. So that's another first down run for the Cavaliers. And this is what, Coach, this is what you want if you're a Cavaliers fan.
Definitely getting that first down. They found something running to that right side there, behind Rapids and Blayhut maybe, and maybe they're getting something, getting a little confidence.
They've got some size up front. I mean, Logan Brightful, Blayhut, Rapids. They got big boys up there.
They do. And that's what's a little puzzling, with their start this season, because they haven't been able to put the points on the board, but yet they do have the players up front to be able to do that.
1st and 10 into Winters Mill territory at the 46. Evans back to throw. Ball tipped to the line of scrimmage. Intercepted. Gets who? Dallas Poole.
Dallas Poole. Grandma Poole's down in South Carolina, loving it.
I just mentioned his name, and Grandma Poole's got to be liking that.
Yep.
Unfortunate for South Carolina. I mean, it's a tip ball.
Good for him, though.
Johnny on the spot. Good. That's at least his 2nd of the year. Tipped by, let's see, was that Nico Baez? Right into the hands of Dallas Poole.
Yeah.
Making plays.
Yep.
South Carroll was moving the ball well there on that drive, and Winters Mill takes advantage of a tip pass for the game's first turnover, and the Falcons will have it 1st and 10 from their own 43.
When things are going well, things are going well.
The ball bounces your way sometimes,
Absolutely.
and when they're not, they're not.
Yep.
If you're the 5-0 team, that ball hits the turf.
Definitely.
Such is life in the Carroll County Athletic League here. All right, 1st and 10 for Winters Mill. Kraus has the ball. Going deep to Hinkhouse. Ooh, had him too. Had a man. Tommy Hinkhouse kind of trickling out of the backfield there. Coverage by Jake Miller. Hinkhouse had a step on him,
he almost got stuck with his eyes looking in the backfield.
Miller initially had him, and then Hinkhouse, although there actually is a flag on the far side, I think it might. See what they say here.
In our student section tonight, everybody's wearing pink.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer on South Carroll. That's a tough one. It's going to be a first down. That'll push it into South Carroll territory. I didn't see. I was watching the fight of the ball, so I didn't really see the hit. But, I mean, trying to make a play on the quarterback.
Forward for the Falcons. Roughing the passer called on the Cavaliers.
So first down for the Falcons now inside South Carroll territory. And back to the ground we go. Paris Lee right into the heart of the line. Still pushing. A couple yards, but South Carroll stood him up a little bit as we get close to 1 minute left in the first quarter.
2nd and 7.
That could have been 71.
Vincent Blayhut.
Blayhut there in the middle of that horde of Cavaliers.
Shawnee checks in for Sutton.
2nd and 7. South Carolina inside the 40-yard line. I'm sorry, Winters Mill inside the 40. There's a toss this way to Paris Lee. A shoestring tackle by number 0, Jojo Gelati. He had a hole there, and Gelati did a good job holding on for dear life because Paris Lee, if he had made one man miss, he had a long time to go.
He had some space, yes.
He did have some space. He's already up to 60 yards and 1 touchdown as what could be the final quarter, or final play of the quarter, I should say. 3rd and 5. I don't think Winters Mill has to run a play.
I wouldn't think they would, yeah. It looks like they're just laxing in the huddle there. That's a good first quarter for the Winters Mill Falcons.
First quarter indeed for Winters Mill. We've reached the end of the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, Winters Mill 14, South Carroll 0.
Check that, not timeout. It's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Your score.
We've talked about this during the last time end of the possession, Coach, and South Carolina moving the ball well in that last drive, and it's a little bit of a snake bite there that the tip passed, but credit Nico Baez for getting his hands up to make that tip and cause a turnover.
Oh, absolutely. And, in a game like this, you can't have turnovers. You can't make mistakes and have turnovers. If you're 0-5 and you're making turnovers, you're not going to change that outcome. So,
how impressed with you, or have you been so far with the way Winters Mills run the ball?
I love it. I think it's great.
You love that kind of style
I love
of
it.
play.
Yeah. I'm a manage the game type person and, coach, and I think Winters Mills doing a great job of it.
Yeah, especially you go out to a 2-score lead, you can start to manage the clock already.
Yes.
You can already start to control the clock.
Most definitely.
There's a lot of football left. We got 3 quarters to go, but the way you can get a hold of this game is to win. Like you mentioned to me, we didn't say this, but or maybe you did, win it in the trenches.
Oh, absolutely.
And Winters Mill right now is winning in the trenches.
Yeah, their offensive front is dominating that first quarter. They dominate.
It'll be a 3rd and 5 as we rejoin the action on the field. Misdirection there. South Carroll stood him up. That's not going to be a first down. Almost someone's helmet came off. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
Denning on the carry.
It was Malachi Denning with the carry.
Short gain on the play. It's
Going to call it no
Falcons.
gain, and I think you're in that no man's land again, and they're going to go for it. I don't blame them at this stage of the game, at this point of the field.
Yep. We used to have a saying at SC, just do your job. Don't worry about doing somebody else's. Just do yours. If you win your battle and the linebackers have an opportunity to see the ball carrier, then they do their job. And that's what they did on that play.
They did.
Yep.
They did. And they've done it a couple times here. I know it's 14-0,
Yeah.
but they have done it a few times. So 4th and 5. We'll see at Winters Mills' first gamble here early in the second quarter, how it pays off. Aaron Jones, the man in motion.
Caleb's hands, looking for that.
Oh, he's got a man wide open. It's Camden Cook. Defender slipped, and it's a touchdown. 16 slipped. Angelo Marchani, and let's see. Wait a minute. I think maybe the
ineligible
player downfield. So no touchdown yet. There is a flag on the play, and it's an eligible man downfield.
It's the second one tonight. One on each side now.
Yep, absolutely. That was a nice play run by Winters Mill, and Marchani stumbled, but Cook was under the pass, ready to go, and instead now it'll be a 4th and about 10.
Looks like they might punt now and try to force them deep in there. Yep, they're going to punt.
They're going to punt now after the penalty. Yeah, it's probably a smart.
Yep, Camden's going to try to coffin corner it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Pin them deep.
South Carroll's got 2 guys, and now you got someone, not enough guys on the field. So Coach Matt Miller will take a timeout. And a little bit of miscommunication there, but hey, it's early. You want to take a time out there and settle them all down. Costly penalty there. Obviously, it's still 14-0, but to go up 21-0 potentially there. Instead, you're going to punt back to South Carroll.
Yeah, I think SC got a little bit of a break there. That's for sure.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. I think that SC needs to take that to their advantage now. They're going to get the ball back and see if they can again move the football down the field. Don't make a mistake and get some points on the board.
Trust the foot of Camden Cook to put it somewhere within the 5-yard line. If you're South Carroll, you hope he miskicks one and it bounces into the end zone, or you get a good return off of it.
Yeah.
But again, you mentioned what an asset it is to have a skilled punter and kicker to the potential caliber of
Cook back to punt for the Falcons.
a future Division I athlete, and Cook gets his foot into it, and he is going to put it inside the 10. The ball's dropped. South Carroll
And
picks it up. That was dangerous right there.
Number 10.
We have a flag, though.
But there's a flag on the play.
Inside the 30-yard line. Let's see what we got here. Might be a hold on South Carroll, potentially. It dropped pretty quick as the Gunners were coming down the sideline. Let's see.
Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding against.
Won't be a tremendous penalty since they're inside the 10-yard line, but
right.
Just punching a little closer to the end zone now.
That ball was inside the 10 in the air. We used to always say, put your heels at the 10 and don't back up. Anything over your head, just let it bounce on the ground.
Shout out to the Winters Mill math department tonight. Well attended.
He went back to retrieve the ball and then almost coughed it up, but
Yeah.
he was able to fall on it. So it'll be 1st and 10 South Carroll, but again, inside the 5. We're at the 4-yard line, it appears, to start this off. So a long way from the end zone, South Carroll. And off to Rodriguez. He gets out of some harm's way. And Anthony Rodriguez has also had a pretty good first half here, Coach.
Yes.
It's a nice run and a first down. That gets him out of the shadow of the end zone.
Cavaliers.
Just what you needed right there for South Carroll.
You did. You needed something positive. Yep. Nice kick play. Jimmy Graham kicks out the defensive end, and A-Rod's right behind him.
Tackle made by number 9, Aaron Jones. Pardon me.
Anytime your secondary is making a tackle, you're doing okay.
Easy for me to say. Aaron Jones. 1st and 10 from the 15. So a gain of 11 yards on first down for South Carroll. And Anthony Rodriguez trying his best to match Paris Lee of Winters Mill from the ground.
SC's running the tight end set. I like it.
Winters Mill showing some pressure, and they may have encroached. Yeah, they may have jumped.
Yep.
And they did. So it'll give South Carroll 5 yards on 1st and 10. Should be 1st and 5.
Goes against the Falcons. Be 1st down and 5. Cavaliers
Clock's
from their
running.
own 20-yard line.
10-10 to go. Yeah, Rodriguez closing in on 50 yards, rushing himself with only 4 carries.
Nice.
So over 10 yards a carry already for Anthony.
Most of them on the right-hand side, too.
Yes. Maybe they found something there, Coach.
Yeah.
1st and 5. Rodriguez cut it back.
Nice job.
He is all the way out past the 45-yard line. So Anthony Rodriguez has found something. South Carroll has found something rather on offense in the Winters Mill defensive front. And Rodriguez all the way out to the 47-yard line.
So you're going to see a nice inside zone play here where it's a one cut. Boom. There it is, backside.
And no Winters Mill defenders in the middle there once Rodriguez cut it back to the right.
Nice job by Anthony.
It's been a great job by Anthony. Second straight drive now, Coach, that South Carroll's put some first downs together.
Yeah, they can feel good about that. They're coming out of the shades of their end zone, so they were on the 4-yard line.
Yep, already gone almost 40 yards, 50 yards. Another handoff to Rodriguez, and that time Winters Mill stuffed it.
Rodriguez met by a flock of Falcons at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I saw 71, Victor Tejada, kind of in the beginning of that play, and he lost a yard, so 2nd and 11. Winters Mill makes its first defensive stand of this drive.
Yeah, so I'd like to see them once they get that success coming off the right side with the inside zone, either run outside zone or run a toss. Give them a different look. And come back to it. Caleb under center.
Yep, Evans comes on all the way up into the center. And the handoff is to Rodriguez. On the right, stays on the right.
Handoff again to Rodriguez.
Got some of the yards back, so into Winters Mill territory on a 2nd down and long. He makes it a 3rd and manageable.
Anthony's running hard.
He really is.
Yes.
And they are staying to the right, so they definitely are taking advantage of that trench that we talked about, winning the trenches. And they're winning something on the right side of Winters Mill's line. 3rd and 5, 8:05 to go. From the 48 of Winters Mill, Evans back in the shotgun formation. Rodriguez to his left. Back to throw. Little high. Trying to get it to Campaneschi, I believe.
Intended for number 32, Campaneschi. Incomplete.
It'll be 4th down.
They're going to go for that.
I would say, at this stage of the season, this stage of the game, you're moving the ball well right here, you go for it.
Yes.
Even Coach Kraus would have maybe go for this.
I would probably go for this, yes. I probably would, yes.
Just teasing. I know you like to say you're not as much of a gambler.
I'm a defensive guy. I pin them deep and take my chances.
But I think in this sometimes, we're moving the ball well. We want to try to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, well, you're trying to get your offense moving. You're trying to get them into a rhythm.
Correct. We'll see if they can. Evans to throw over the middle. Oh, they're going to catch from.
They're going to get him for a defenseless receiver.
Yep. Trying to get it to Campaneschi. I think Jones came over to try to make a play, and they collided.
Yep.
And
it's all about safety. I get it, but my day and in my day of coaching, when I first started, that poor dude, that poor receiver coming across the middle would get walloped.
And you see Coach Matt Miller wondering.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, much like the tip pass to South Carroll earlier. That was just, you credit the young man from Winters Mill to try to make a play. And
Yep.
well, the referees, the officials are talking about it. And you see Coach Crumley waiting for the result. And let's see what happens here. Yep, going to be a personal foul.
Yep.
Probably the right call.
Yeah, I mean, it is the right call within the rules. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And in high school, I agree with it,
Right. And so should be first down now. That'll push the ball all the way down to the, let's see.
It's going to be from the line of scrimmage.
It is, yep. 15th line of scrimmage, right, Coach?
Yep.
So down to the 30, call it the 33.
So if I'm SC here, I'm telling my coordinator, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't try to get it all back in one throw.
Take advantage of what they give you. They give you 15 yards, you take advantage of it.
Yeah, and if they're giving you that 5-yard out, take it. Anthony's running the ball well.
And we got a timeout called by South Carroll.
Okay, good. Make sure you're all on the same page.
So 7:34 to go, second quarter. Falcons 14, Cavaliers 0, but South Carroll on the move inside the 35-yard line after that pass interference call.
Yeah, I'm encouraged. We're back to that point where we said both teams competing, so that's what we want to see.
A couple punches in the mouth on those first two drives for Winters Mill, but South Carroll has sort of answered the bell. So,
yes.
Yeah. And Anthony Rodriguez, I mean, the young sophomore, got thrust into this duty. Maybe he wasn't going to be the starter at the beginning of the season, or at least get the majority of the carries. He's looking pretty good right now. We're hitting week 6.
Yeah.
Good experience for a young guy like that to look. Hey, look, we need you to step in. Your brother went down with an unfortunate injury. Not that he wasn't going to carry the ball at all this year, but I mean, Manny was going to be the guy.
Right.
Now Anthony's the guy. And
yeah, he's going to be a big-time dude by the time he's a senior. I'm telling you.
One of those dudes, South Carroll. Yeah, and that's what this is about too, right? I mean, yes, you want to win these games, Coach, but where are we going to be in a year? Where are we going to be in 2 years with our sophomores and our juniors?
Yes.
That's really what we're looking for here because you know this. You told me this before in our broadcast. These things go in cycles. South Carroll was fortunate to have a great run of success. And now they're experiencing a bad year. What can you do in 24? What can you do in 25?
Well, everything that Coach Crumley and his staff are doing this year is going to pay dividends 2 years from now.
I would think that has to be the goal.
No doubt.
You never want to lose games like this, but you want to get the program in the right spot.
But you want to see him compete. We talked about culture a couple weeks ago. We don't want that culture to go in the wrong direction. Goes Anthony working hard again.
Yeah, working hard on that right side, picking up some yards. Winters Mill stuffed it a little bit there on that first attempt, but he picked up about 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, first contact he ran through.
He's done that multiple times already this first half, Coach.
Yes. See Graham check out, and Marshani checks in on the line, see what happens here.
Still Rodriguez in the backfield. He's going to spread out the receivers a little bit here. Coming into this game, their leading pass catcher was Braden Yeager, number 22. I haven't heard his name yet.
Yeah, he's in the slot down here at the end.
Penalty. I think South Carroll might have started early again on that. We'll see what they see here. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just those are the things you can't do too much of in a game like this.
No, you can't.
Now they'll be back to about 2nd and 11.
And those are the ones that will drive Coach Crumley crazy and Coach Plummer on the offensive front.
And Coach Kraus.
Well, yeah, they drive me crazy, but,
No matter who we're watching.
Yeah, right.
I've heard you grumble a couple times doing these broadcasts. It's drives me crazy. But
once a coach, always a coach.
Correct. But that is sort of the live by the sword side. You got young guys. You got some guys that are new to the positions. They're going to make some mistakes. 2nd and 11. That's going to be Evans on the keeper, and Nico Baez, number 2, is going to ride him down.
I think they're going to get the motion guy again.
Oh, really? I didn't see the flag.
So.
I'm sorry. Yep, so there is a flag.
Illegal shift.
Let's see. So the offense sputtering a bit. Yeah, that's illegal shift, so 5 more. But let's see. Coach Miller could decline it. They got a couple yards on 2nd and 11, but I would think that's no play, right? Yeah, okay. Either way, second down and ball.
Right.
I never know if an illegal shift in high school was a dead ball.
Should be.
Yeah, so then you can't decline it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
2nd and 18.
Should be 2nd and 18. No, 2nd and 16. 16. Yep.
From the 39-yard line of the Falcons.
As we hit the 6-minute mark, 6 minutes left here coming up in the second quarter. And here's a toss to Anthony Rodriguez on the right side and see if we can make something out of this. Got back to closely leads the original line of scrimmage. Wintersville can pin their ears back a little bit on these plays and string out the running back. And good job by the Falcons to bottle him up there.
I think this is going to be a 2-play situation here where they're going to look.
So, yeah. 3rd and a long 13. 3rd and 13 from the 36. They got to get down to the 23-yard line. So, 3rd and 13 to go here. And I think you're right. It's 2-down territory. You want to get a first down, and you tell them you don't want to get about half of it here and then go for the rest. And we'll see what you can do here on 3rd and long. There's Mills defense ready to pounce.
It looks screen here. No.
Miller's going to throw it over the middle.
Tip ball.
Tipped again and intercepted.
Interception. Number 24, Tommy Hinkhouse.
Tommy Hinkhouse on the spot again. I didn't see who tipped it, Coach, but Tommy Hinkhouse.
Who batted that one down? It might have been Hinkhouse himself.
With a pick. If he did that on his own, that's a heck of a play by Tommy Hinkhouse.
Hinkhouse brought it down, and the Falcons will take over.
Let's see. He sure did.
Yep.
Stuck the left foot up. Or left hand up, turn around and hauled it in. Great play by Tommy Hinkhouse.
Yeah, if he got his left foot up there and blocked it, that'd be a heck of a play.
I meant left. Yeah, right you are. Oh, man.
That's just a depleting momentum.
That's 2
killer
now
for
that
SCU.
South Carolina have had.
Yep.
And when it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
Hey man, when you're 5-0, that's the kind of plays that happen for you. You know, just like the FSK play.
Yep. It also happens, exactly right.
Yep.
It also helps when you got good athletes. And
absolutely.
That's what Winters Mill has. 1st and 10. It's going to be a run by Caleb Kraus. Oh, South Carroll's
nice
done
job.
a good job smelling that one out.
Kraus on the keeper.
So that was 58. Give that credit there to Jimmy Graham, junior lineman, and a good job by him to smell that out. Yep, shed that block. Did a really good job, Jimmy Graham. So that'll be a 2nd and long now. 4:45 to go. 2nd and 14. And South Carroll's done a little bit better job here in the last 10 minutes or so.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about that compete factor.
And it's hard. That's a hard ask when you get boom, boom, 14-0, just like that too.
Yeah, on the road. Yeah.
Right. You could have easily seen some heads drop.
I knew the wide side of the field was going to come into play. Nice job, though.
Pass completed to Nico Baez, and a good job there by Jake Miller, number 2. And again, Coach mentioned a sophomore in the defensive backfield. You got a couple sophomores in Landon Hamper, Rodriguez back there, and also Jake Gelati and Jake Miller. So 10th graders, a defense full of 10th graders going against the best team in the county.
Jake Miller's the brother of Logan Miller, who I had a couple years ago.
Yeah, he was
a great player.
Heck of an athlete.
Yes.
.345 to go. 3rd and 12. Some pressure on Crouch. He avoids it. And a nice hit there in the backfield and stops the clock. That was a good job by South Carolina to get
very disciplined in their coverage zones.
Him off the field. Gennaro Marciani with that pressure, I believe. We've heard his name a few times already, and you see him there catching his breath.
Another good wrestler.
Yes. Now, enter name South Carroll, good wrestler. Usually means good wrestler.
Typically, yes, sir, it does.
Yes, sir. You've seen your share through your years, too.
I have.
The football players turned wrestlers, and they're heck of both fall and winter.
They are.
Stupendous athletes.
I saw Mike Pizzuto last week.
Okay.
Another great wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
What a great football player he was as well.
3-time state champ. That was a fair catch. Again, Campaneschi that time keeping his hands on him.
Nice job by South Carroll's defense.
Yep.
Cavaliers
3 and out.
take over on
3
their
and out.
own
They take
30-yard
over at their
line
own
with
30 with
27 seconds remaining in the
3:27 to
half.
go, 3:28 to go in the first
And
half.
a reminder, next week, folks,
CMSportsNet Game of the Week.
homecoming game, we're
Pat
having a big
Stoetzer and Mike Kraus
tailgate
coming to you live from Winters Mill High
in front of
School.
the school.
Again, we've talked about the Winters Mill a lot this year. They've never been 5-0, so of course a win here makes them 6-0 for the first time. And now as the calendar turns, Coach Kraus, you can start looking a little bit. I'm not saying scoreboard watch, but you can look at your regional playoff seedings and how you're going to. Everyone makes the playoffs, where you're going to seed up. So
You do.
keep winning late in the
Yes.
season, it's going to bode well.
Yes.
Give you a home game and beyond in the playoffs.
You start to look at the standings and see where you're going to finish out at. Yep.
Ring on the carry.
So short
Brought
yardage
down by
gain there for
bunch of Falcons,
Winters Mill.
including
South Carroll, excuse me.
Kraus and Lee.
Just a reminder here, coming up every
Folks, I'd
Wednesday,
also
we
like
put
to
together our
welcome Smoothie King
CMSportsNet
back
Game On
to
show, our weekly
concession
show, where we
area.
can cover you with everything that has to do with Carroll County High School sports. I know Coach Kraus watches every week,
Every week.
and I know we didn't do a podcast last week. We're going to come back.
That's okay. I see it. It's every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I like it.
every 2 weeks.
I like it.
But yeah, we check in with football, soccer. We give you the athlete of the week. We touch base with Carroll Community College sports and everything in between. So every Wednesday, Game On. Oh, Ryan Campaneschi stumbled there a little bit. Might have had another yard or two, but Winters Mill's defense was closing in on that play.
With
So
the run.
Yeah.
the turf monster got Campaneschi there.
Chris Schoonover.
Chris Schoonover in on the tackle, and I think Campaneschi, when he tried to cut back,
Just blew a tire, yep.
Yeah, blew a tire. Either way, it's going to be third, and we'll call it 8 from the 32. The old turf monster.
Yep.
All right, 2 minutes to go, 3rd and 8. Evans back to throw. He has time. He has a receiver.
Evans pass.
Complete.
Complete to number
That's
5.
Ian Straley. And that's a big
gonna
play
be
on
South
3rd and
Carroll
8
first down.
to move the chains and get into Winters Mill territory. Nice job by Straley and Evans.
Yeah, I really liked what Caleb did there. Just being patient in the pocket, stepped up, worked his opportunity for Ian to come through.
And shield the defender.
Yes.
Did a good job there. All the way down to the 40.
Nice
Call it the 47, yeah. And that's a confidence boost when
Oh,
you
no
Caleb
question.
Evans back there, a junior. First year starter.
Yep.
Back behind there.
Big play for Ian as well.
Yes. One of South Carroll's pass catchers. And they'll try to go back to the air again. Over the middle this time, complete. And there's Brandon Yeager, number 22, and that's another first down. So 2 big plays there.
That young man
South
has
Carroll's
really
offense.
good hands, real good hands.
Yeager.
Yep.
South Carroll first down. 1 minute, 13 seconds remaining in the half.
Don't panic here. You still got a couple timeouts.
Plenty of time, too, yeah.
Yep.
106 and counting. And you're down to the 30-yard line, so you've gone from the 30 to the 30.
Yep.
Evans going to keep it himself, and Winters Mill's defense was right there for it.
Evans on the keeper.
It's a nice job by Winters Mill's defense, and a timeout taken.
That's that 3-3 stack. You never know where the pressure's going to come from. Yep.
Be second down and 14 or 13, so that was a good job by Winters Mill right there. Nice.
Timeout called on the field.
That was Chris Schoonover again, I believe.
Remaining.
No, excuse me, that was Paris Lee, number 3, just with a nice
It's a good athlete. He just-
two-legged tackle there.
Yeah.
Nice job. He is a good athlete.
Yep.
We've seen a lot. We've heard a lot of 2, 3, 9, and 4 a lot of times on their defense, and 8. And that's the guys we see on offense. Nico
Yes.
Baez, Paris Lee, the quarterback, Caleb Crouch, Camden Cook.
And those are the guys that you're really happy for with their season that they're having because, they've been here during the lean times.
They have.
So
Caleb
I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, Caleb Crouch, a 3-year starter. He was a starter as a sophomore, and it was not the best year for them as a
Right.
sophomore. Got a little bit better last year, competed some, still had a losing record. And this year, with one more win, they've already guaranteed themselves a winning record.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
I'm still thinking of the 10-week season
Yeah,
from
right.
the old days. But now
Yep.
with 5 wins, the worst they can do is 5-4. So, and then of course we go into the playoffs. All right, 49 seconds to go.
2nd and 13.
Yep.
3 of 8.
Evans in the shotgun, looking to pass, and he goes down. 71, Victor Tejada. Nice play by Tejada, one of the seniors that was recognized before the game on senior night. That's a big play by 71. He blew right past the line. Yeah.
Yeah, he just beat Blay, right off the start. Yep.
And so a timeout now.
On the field, 42 seconds remaining.
3rd and 22, and just when South Carroll, coach, is starting to put some things together. Now, a couple of those tip passes, not mistaken. I mean, but again, Winters Mill's defense, you got to credit them. They've risen up and made sure that South Carroll's offense couldn't go any further. That's a pretty good job by the Falcons.
Yeah, for sure. I think that I think their defense is a little bit underrated. I mean, when you look at a number of points that they've allowed this season, it's very impressive.
It is.
Within the state. So.
6.6 per game, I believe, going into this game. So
that's awesome.
We saw the team stats ahead of the game in our pregame show, and I mean, it takes an effort. I mean, again, we saw a game where it was 7-6, and when we saw them beat Century 35-0, they can do both.
Yes.
Or at least they've done both so far. They beat a pretty good Williamsport team in week 1 and scored a lot of points, so they can play some good defense and score points when they want to, and they've done both so far in this first half. Just when South Carolina, just when the momentum starts to go South Carroll's way, Wintersville's defense reminds them a little bit that we're pretty good out here too. Like you said, I think are a little underrated. We haven't talked much about their defense. We talked more about how they've run the ball and Kraus, and rightfully so, and Camden Cook, but their defense has come to play this year. So 3rd and long now, way back to the 45-yard line.
Again, here I'm thinking this is a 2-play sequence. So.
Yeah, I think that's incomplete. Incomplete pass. Trying to get it to Jake Miller, but that would have been not many yards anyway on that 3rd down.
So this is a 2-score game. If it's me, I'm punting the football here. I'm sorry to say. I'm putting the ball deep. I'm not allowing Winters Mill to get another score on the board before the half.
Right, because I believe South Carroll gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So, yeah, I would maybe try to limit the damage because they can score quick.
Yes.
And you wouldn't want to go down 21 points into the half with 39 seconds to go. But looks like they are going to run a play.
No, because you've played well. You have not played terrible. Yep. I mean, it's been a good, well-played half.
It has. It has. They have moved the ball. They've made some good plays on defense. They just got victimized by those 2 tip passes. Anyway, here we go. 4th and 22.
Comes Winters Mill. Here he comes.
And
Paris Lee
stuffed out. Yeah. Paris Lee knew it was coming. Sacks Evans inside, all the way back inside South Carroll territory, and that's
now you're giving them the ball there.
Dangerous. Yeah. I think they still have one timeout left. If I'm not mistaken, Winters Mill, but now you're starting in South Carroll territory. Yeah. So that was a little bit of a gamble there.
And you have Camden Cook, so
Yeah, you only need 20 more yards or so to attempt a field goal.
At least give it a shot. Yep.
I think I'm right. I think I'm with you, Coach. I may have tried to punt that ball away.
Yeah.
But, again, the mentality of we're nothing to lose. We moved
that's
the ball
part of it.
Pretty
that's
well
part of
here.
it, I'm sure.
Yep. 1st and 10, Winters Mill from the 49-yard line. 37 seconds to go in the first half. Crouch back to pass. Oh, rising up to get that was Tyler Carroll, number 5. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
First down.
Nice job by Tyler Carroll to rise up and get that ball. Yeah,
yes.
It was a little bit of an airmail.
Is ticking with less than 30 seconds remaining.
So 30 seconds in, moving. Yeah, nice job. Both hands on the ball by Carroll.
Yes.
All right, 1st and 10. Crouch going to come toward us. Oh, that was the interception waiting to happen. I think Cook stopped the interception. Otherwise,
Jackson Shakur
was going to have that interception.
Yeah, you got to attack that football. You can't let the ball come to you. You got to go attack.
I think that's what
Camden did.
Shakur did, and Cook made sure that wasn't going to be an interception.
Yep.
Of course, he almost made the catch. But probably for the benefit of Winters Mill, stops the clock there with 17 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. You see South Carroll's defenders looking over on their side to get the play.
Oh, yeah, the 38, 37.
Yep.
Another
Yes.
10 yards, give it a shot.
Yeah, and Crouch that ball didn't look good out of his hand. Trying to get it to Cook. Incomplete. They'll stop it with 13 seconds to go. Last 2 passes were a little bit unstable, if that's the right word, out of Crouch's hands. Usually not his.
Yeah.
That's usually his strong suit, and couldn't quite get a grip on the ball there. So 3rd and 10 now, and now, if you're Winters Mill, does it change your mindset here a little bit, or do you still want to try to get? I mean, the clock stops on a 1st down, so you could just get up there and spike it too. But we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
You only got to get about Well, I say only.
I'm
Maybe
trying
about
to get that
15
10
more.
yards if you ask
10,
me.
10 or 15 more yards, yeah. We'll see what they do. Crouch, and they're going to hand it off.
And he's going to get the first down.
Get the first down and more. Nico Baez, and now
First down, Winners Mill.
Now the
you
clock
can
will
hurry up and
stop.
spike it. I guess they're out of timeout, so the clock does stop on the first down. Oh, no, I was wrong. I was ready the first one. They had one timeout left.
9 seconds remaining in the half.
So there's a little bit less than 9 seconds to go.
So they used it last time out.
They did. I believe that was their last timeout. And now you're at the 22. You're looking at a 39-yard field goal. I think Cook's hit from 40 before, and definitely in practice.
Well, I know he hit one against us last year that went for 30 plus.
No, not that you remember it or anything.
Not that I remember. Yeah, right.
Last year's game won by South Carroll, 19-13 in their matchup last year. And we mentioned, it hasn't gone well for South Carroll this year, but they are 11-4 in this all-time series in the last 15 games. Winners Mill has not beaten South Carroll that many times in the all-time series in recent years.
No, but they beat us in 2019, which was, we came up here thinking that we were going to walk on them, and we didn't. So.
All right, they're going to try to run a play, crouch into the end zone, and that was knocked away. Another one that was almost intercepted.
Knocked away by Landon Hemper.
Let's see what they do here.
Intended for Tyler Carroll.
Here comes the
4 seconds remaining.
I think they might try it. I mean, Cook's coming up. Oh, I guess they did have one timeout to go, so I was wrong.
Oh, wow.
Timeout, Winners Mill.
Last timeout for Winners Mill. I definitely called one earlier because I remember Miller wanted to talk to the guys on the sideline. So I guess those were South Carroll's timeouts called earlier. So let's see. They're at the 22. I think we would trust Cook's leg, but unless he's not feeling it, they might just try to run another play. There's about 4 seconds left. You trust your senior kicker here
I do.
to kick the field goal?
I do. He's going to Nebraska. Yeah, I trust him. I give him a shot.
Let's see. He is back to in the backfield here, so I do believe you're right. Crouch is the holder.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see a Camden Cook field goal attempt.
The Falcons field goal unit now out on the field.
It'll be a 39-yard.
Should be about a 39-yarder. Yep, the ball's going to be spotted at the 29 once the snap comes back. There's really not much wind to think of, and Cook will attempt this one. Drilled that ball.
38-yard attempt is good.
It's good. I mean, that was good from 49,
Yes,
I think.
sir. I think. Well, definitely good from 45, so.
Winners going to use its weapon. That is a booming field goal from senior Camden Cook. And Winners Mill has a 17-0 halftime lead.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of stuff to go
All
over.
Winners Mill, again, Coach, 17-0. The Falcons at the end of the first half.
On their senior night.
They scored on their first 2 drives. South Carroll bucked up after that a little bit.
First up, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome
What did you see out of Winners Mill just all around in that first half? Pretty dominant display on the ground.
Well, I see a really good 5-0 football team. I think that they're taking advantage of the plays that they make, and I think their offensive front has done a great job against South Carroll's defense. So.
And then from South Carroll, we've seen them make some positive strides here in this first half. Just got snake bitten by the sack, of course, nice play, and then the 2 tip passes.
Yeah, I think you said it best. Snake bitten. I mean, they're a good football team. They're not a bad football team.
Right.
They just can't get over the hump. And the loss of Manny Rodriguez was huge. Anthony has stepped in and done a great job tonight, but, they got to get over that hump.
Indeed, we got a whole half to go. We're going to come back, take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see some highlights from the first half, and we'll check in with some more stats and athlete of the week as well. Don't go anywhere. The CMSportsNet Game of the Week will come right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our number one priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
Here at Winters Mill High School, the Falcons 17, South Carroll Cavaliers 0. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus with you on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Coach, we're going to see the first half highlights here in a second, but I just wondered from you, you talked about the way that the Winters Mill's defense has played so far, pitching a shutout right now, and that's a testament to why they're 5-0.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that, it goes back to what we said in the beginning about competing. Both teams are competing at the highest level. Yeah. So, South Carroll's got a little bit to get over that hump, get rid of that 0.
Right.
And hopefully, turn this thing around.
And we've lauded Camden Cook all year, and to see him go out there and absolutely blast a 39-yard field goal that I think would have been good for 49 yards. That's the weapon, right? That's a weapon. Extra weapon you have for Winters Mill.
Yeah, without question. When you have a kicker that can kick the football, that's a weapon that you have to take advantage of as well. Yeah. So that's important.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the first half highlights from this one, as Winters Mill has a 17-0 lead. And those first two drives, Coach, this is the first drive here, and they just put the ball in the belly of their running backs, and basically Malachi Denny, that was the second drive actually, for a 14-yard touchdown run. They did a really good job on offense running the ball.
Yeah, that's where their front took advantage of them. So that was good.
Anthony Rodriguez did get South Carroll's offense going a little bit, but this was the first tipped pass. They had gotten the ball near midfield. Nico Baez tips it, and Dallas Poole, who we had just talked about Grandma Poole gets to see an interception.
Yep.
South Carroll was pinned deep in its own end, and Anthony Rodriguez, again, did a really good job of helping the offense move out of the shadow of the end zone. But again, I believe South Carroll's offense stalled out here. Nico Baez, this is going to be another good run by Rodriguez. We really were impressed with Rodriguez in the first half.
Yes, and I'm sure that's what they're saying over there at halftime.
We ran on the right side.
Those are the positives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's build on them.
Absolutely.
Tip passes are going to happen. Sure. But
and a good job there. I think that was, South Carroll's defense did a good job a couple times, stretching out some plays, making some plays on that side of the ball. A nice pass connection there to number 5, Ian Straley.
Yep.
And again, just South Carroll's offense was going, and it got into Winters territory, and we saw a couple defenders rise up, and there was Paris Lee, again, with a nice double leg tackle there.
Yeah.
And we saw a sack here at the end of this drive that was a killer. You couldn't have said it was a backbreaker. And this was on 4th down, and that was big Victor Tejada just blasting through the line. He gave Winters the ball back. He said it could be. That's right. It was the last play
right
before
there,
that. Yeah, Paris Lee wrapped him up. Tejada was on the 3rd down, 3rd and long. He gave Winters a chance, to run another few plays, and they got the ball into South Carroll territory deep enough to let their senior kicker connect on a field goal. And there we have the team stats from the first half. And the first downs are there, but the rushing yards are almost 2-1 Winters Mill.
Well, that's the front. That's Winters Mill's front, taking advantage of, winning the trenches, winning the line of scrimmage, and that's huge.
And the 2 turnovers are huge as well.
Oh, that's we've spoken immensely about those.
Caleb Kraus 3 for 9 through the air for just 27 yards, but Parsley 60 yards rushing. Denny has the one long touchdown run. They've done it balanced, and they've done a good job to stretch out this lead to a 3-score lead.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to change anything in the second half. They're going to run the football. They're going to manage the football game, and hopefully South Carroll can compete and do what they've done the first half, play well on defense, move the football on offense, and limit the mistakes.
And try to win the half, right?
And try to win the half,
yeah.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk more about what we expect to see in the second half, but first it's time to unveil the most recent CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. Let's take a look. All right, this week's Athlete of the Week, Harley Hamlet, Century Girls Soccer. 3 goals in 2 games last week, both wins against county teams. Harley, we talked to you last week after the game against Winters Mill. How has the team started to come together as we're into October, and these games mean more as you try to win a county championship and move on to do well in the playoffs? How's the team come together in your eyes?
I think we're still coming together really well. Just like I said last time, we're not supposed to hit our peak, so we're still working hard, practice every day, watching a lot of film. I think our biggest part right now is trying to prepare for our hard games that we do have coming up this week. We play a lot of good teams this week. Starting off tonight, we have a big game against St. Paul's, and then the back end of the county is also really difficult for us. So I just think preparing ourselves mentally and it's just really important for us. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I definitely get it. The offense is starting to come around a little bit too. It takes some time sometimes for the soccer offenses to click. How have you seen your role expand in this year's team with the players, your teammates, and just how do you think the offense has come along in the first month of the season?
I think our offense is really good this year. We did lose one starter last year, so we had somebody else fill that position this year. I think whoever I'm with up top, we all click really well together. I think there's no drop-off in any of the rotations, and I think we're all meshing together really well, and the finishes will come.
This team's had success. You've been on this team for a couple years now. You're reigning state champs. Yes, you have had lacrosse success as well. You're a 3-sport athlete. How do you find time to kind of get away from things, take a break, or do you not want that break? Do you want to always go as much as you can? Because every high school athlete knows that you only have a certain amount of time to play. How do you balance it all?
I just like to be on the go. I always like to be doing something. So from practice to school to work, I'm always doing something, and I think that's what keeps me most entertained, and I just think that's the fun of high school.
Well, congrats on a great week, and good luck the rest of the season. Harley Hamlet, this week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services and by Genova's To Go.
Congrats to Harley Hamlet, Athlete of the Week. Before we get ready for the second half, we've got the top plays of the month, the CMSportsNet Football Plays of the Month from September. Let's roll it. The Carroll County High School football season has reached October, so it's time to unveil our picks for CMSportsNet's top plays of the month for September. We sifted through the first 5 weeks of the regular season and came up with our most memorable moments, then ranked them 5 through 1. Before we get to the countdown, here are a few plays that just missed the cut, but certainly deserve another look. September 1st, Franklin at Westminster. The Owls trail by 15 points late in the third quarter when Isaiah Sprinkle grabs the kickoff at his own 5-yard line, gets on the far sideline, and takes it to the house for a huge touchdown. September 14th, Winters Mill at Francis Scott Key. It's a low-scoring affair, and every possession is big. And the Falcons get one here when Dallas Poole picks off Ben Stevens for a pivotal defensive play. September 22nd, Westminster at Walkersville. The Owls are inside their own 5-yard line, and Kyrese Walker gets a low snap. The Lions pounce, but Walker escapes and turns it into a tremendous run into Walkersville territory, and Westminster goes on to rally for a big win. And now, on with the countdown. Number 5, September 29th, Manchester Valley at Westminster. The Owls force a fumble after a completed pass, and John Manley scoops the ball before taking it for a 66-yard return and a touchdown. Number 4, September 22nd, Century at Winters Mill. The Falcons are all over the Knights from the start, and Camden Cook sets the tone when he hauls in the interception and races 51 yards for a touchdown. Number 3, September 14th, Man Valley at Liberty. The Mavericks tie the game at 21-all in the final minute, but the Lions have one more answer. Chase Miller goes up top to Tristan West for a 66-yard TD as Liberty's fans stand and cheer. Number 2, September 15th, Westminster at South Carroll. Kyrese Walker at it again, this time knifing his way through the Cavaliers' defense for a spectacular 40-yard touchdown run. Number 1, September 14th, Winters Mill at FSK. Tough to argue with a walk-off win. Falcons QB Caleb Kraus needs to find the end zone on 4th and long with time running out, and he connects with Aaron Jones for the game-tying score. The PAT gives Winters Mill a thrilling 7-6 win. Coach, you and I saw some of those top plays from the month as we hit a couple of those CMSportsNet games of the week. There's last week's results, and we saw Winters Mill take care of Liberty. That big win there for Winters Mill. That was their next big test, was going having Liberty come here. We've been playing well.
Yes.
21-7. Westminster won a defensive slugfest there over Man Valley, and Key got their first victory of the season. South Carroll, tough one against Sussex of Georgetown, Delaware. Another tough customer. It's been a tough first half.
It's been a tough 5, yeah. It's been a tough 5 for South Carroll.
Let's go ahead and look at the rest of week 6, and we will see, obviously, this game we got going on right here. 17-0 Winters Mill at the half. Man Valley, according to some Twitter posts, 24-0 over Century so far. Liberty at Hedgesville, and Westminster on the road against Francis Scott Key. The Owls trying to get to 5-1. And Liberty with not a long road, but definitely a challenge out there in West Virginia, and a pretty good Hedgesville program. Always has a good record year in, year out.
Anytime you go that far on the road, you got to expect your team to get off the bus and play. That's tough.
It is.
Yep.
And then the other 3 county games, and it's starting to mean a little more as we get into week 6 and week 7. And some of these teams are jockeying for position. We mentioned the regional playoffs. Again, everyone makes it, but you're trying at this point to sort of bolster your resume, pick up some regional points along the way that'll lead you to a home game, and hopefully a #1 seed if you're a Westminster or a Winters Mill, and trying to get a home game for as long as you can in the regional playoffs.
Yes, you do. And I think that's a big factor here at Winters Mill, just by looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
They want to play at home in front of their crowd.
No doubt. It's a big crowd. It's a supportive crowd. The food trucks and food things come out, and it's really a nice atmosphere. That you mentioned this, and Speedy Johnson mentioned it last week. Friday Night Lights. It's really something special.
Yeah, nothing like it. I miss it tremendously.
Well, we got you here a little bit in the booth. So
that's cool.
Your next best thing as Camden Cook's kick bounces into the end zone for another touchback. Almost fielded by Landon Hamper, their number 9, but he decided not to. Probably smart. And we will see South Carroll's offense 1st and 10 again from the 20. They've started from the 20 a couple times here, thanks to the part of Camden Cook's powerful leg. And so we'll see what adjustments have been made.
Yeah, and a lot of people want to point to Coach Gavin, and because they haven't put points on the board, but he's a really good young coach, and he's only going to learn from this year. So moving forward with these young guys, it's going to bright future.
The players and the coaches learn, right?
Definitely,
Coach?
definitely.
Got to come in with something on both ends. Man in motion from South Carroll, and we will pitch it to Rodriguez. Almost lost his footing.
Rodriguez on the carry, brought down by Tommy Hinkhouse.
He did get slowed a bit, and Tommy Hinkhouse, number 24, was there. A good job by Hinkhouse to stay with that play. Just that little stumble right there kept Rodriguez from getting his full head of steam. So 2nd and 14 now after the behind the sticks run by Rodriguez. 11:23 to go in the third quarter. Back to Rodriguez, this time back to that right side. A little better push there by the Cavaliers.
Brought down by.
But again, when you fall behind the sticks in your Winters Mills defense, you can sort of set yourself up to do some damage there.
Yeah, you just pin your ears back and go forward, yeah.
Yep, only a 2-yard gain there from South Carroll. So again, 3rd and long behind the chains on this opening drive for the Cavaliers. Already 2 turnovers on 2 tipped balls.
I think the Cavs have had some good success when they've gone with the tight end, in a 12 personnel package. They seem to just want to stay in this, spread formation.
Have you seen it become more of an extra blocker, or I guess it must be. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, because it spreads your defensive front out a little bit more.
Oh, there's a nice catch by Jake Miller, and I think that's enough for a first down.
I think it will be, yep.
Yep, a nice pitch and catch from Evans to Miller.
Evans pass to Jake Miller, complete.
And all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's more than once or twice now. We've seen them on the 3rd down and long to go to pick up the first down. So that's a positive. You want to make positive strides, and that's a positive stride for South Carroll.
You go back to the huddle, you feel good. Your quarterback's got a little bit more zip in his arm.
Sure.
Yep.
Fresh set of downs.
Yep.
Because right away it was minus when Winters Mill tackled Rodriguez for a loss.
Yes.
So 1st and 10 at the 35.
And again, that number 2, that Jake Miller, he's going to be a player.
Okay. I'll take it from you.
Yep.
I trust you. There's the fake toss, and now it's going to be a pass.
Oh, a little razzle-dazzle.
And it worked, and it's Jake Miller. Nice play.
Pass play by the Cavaliers.
That was Josh Irwin, the backup quarterback, number 15. That was a nice play by South Carroll.
Yes.
For a big first
Miller
down,
found some room over the middle, and Irwin with a nice throw.
who moves the chains down to the
Hit him in stride, right in the
40-yard line.
hips, all the way down to the 40.
Everybody be quiet. Ready? We want it.
Here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to Rodriguez on the left side this time.
Rodriguez on the carry.
Couple yards. I saw big Victor Tejada again, 71, with a thumbs up to his sideline.
Yeah.
He did his job. He talked about doing your job. He did his job there. Still a gain of 3, though, for Rodriguez, who's closing in on 100 yards rushing. He had 86 yards rushing, according to our
9 minutes remaining.
statistician, Bob Blueball, helping us out again here. 10 carries for 86 yards for the young Rodriguez in the first half, and he's already getting close to 100 here.
The Cavs are still in this game. I would not abandon the run.
Yeah,
I like the fact that they're mixing the pass game in a little bit.
Agreed.
But Anthony is running the ball well, and the front is blocking. Now they're into that tight end formation.
Rodriguez on the carry, brought down by a pass of Falcons.
Yeah, Winters Mill was stuffed the middle of that line, and Rodriguez went right into the middle of Tejada and Hinkhouse, and not much doing there on that second down run. Coach, you were talking to me during the halftime break about the new look uniforms here. South Carolina, they wore the grays on for a home game against Westminster. And tell me about the helmets.
Well, the helmets, we went to the gold helmets, in dedication to Coach Kenny Parker, who we lost this past year.
Right.
Coach Kenny started the program, and that's what we had originally.
Yep.
And we just felt that it was, it was a good decision on the athletic departments, to go that way.
I like the look. It's like a little script Cavs.
Yes.
What they wore in the old days, and of course we know Ken Parker, Carroll Sports Hall of Famer, winningest coach in Carroll County history. Had a lot of good teams in the 70s and 80s, and even into the early 90s. And
he was a great man.
He was
a great man. Dearly missed.
Definitely a pioneer of Carroll County football.
For sure.
That was an incomplete pass on that last connection there, and pass attempt, I should say. So that's going to bring up 4th and 7. And it looks like South Carroll's offense will stay on the field. I would be surprised to see it for most of the second half, Coach.
Yeah, I think they're gonna probably take you off.
Unless it's plays. 4th and forever, and then, you don't do that. But Evans back to pass over the middle. Oh, the completed pass.
Nice.
Evans pass.
That's completed to Yeager.
Is it Yeager or Campanici?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Campanici.
Yep.
Good for a.
That's a nice play. He had a guy draped all over.
Yes. Nice play by Caleb, staying poised and composed in the pocket.
Yeah.
delivering the football.
Poole and Dallas Poole with a hand right on him. And Campaneschi made the catch. So first down, South Carroll, inside the 30-yard line, down to the 27.
DJ Ty Tom.
No mistakes.
Can't make any.
No mistakes.
Can't make any the rest of the way.
No. Got to
There's
cash
Rodriguez, and he sure looked like he was down back behind the line of scrimmage, but he stayed on his feet.
Nice job by him.
That was a good job, or else I thought he was going to be a 3 or 4 yard loss.
Down the field, we'll call it 2nd and 5.
Picked up 5, but he should have lost 3.
Yeah. There's that competing level, you know.
Low center of gravity. Where have I heard that? Oh, that's right. His older brother.
His older brother,
A.J. Rodriguez.
yeah.
Chip off the old block.
A1 was a super dude.
He was a super dude, and there have been some super dudes on South Carroll's football team for many years, and he's one of them.
Yep.
He might be 1A.
Oh, here we are in
So 2nd and 6,
personnel.
we'll call it.
See what happens.
Bring Campaneschi in motion. Going to stick it in Rodriguez's belly. And he goes off the left side there a little bit. Picks up some positive yards. It'll be 3rd and short.
He'll get a couple of yards on
With
the play.
6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Cavaliers.
Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus, thank you for joining us on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Can't believe it's already week 6.
I know, it's crazy.
We were just sweating our foreheads off in week 1 in the hot sun, and now it's almost jacket weather here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 40s
this weekend when the front goes through,
I know.
You'll be watching the Orioles play some playoff baseball this weekend,
Yeah, that's
too.
going to be fun, yeah.
Bundle up for that. All right, 3rd and 2. Evans going to keep it.
Push-tush.
Yeah, the tush-push. I don't think he got the yard line to gain, but he might have gotten 1. He's down to the 18. It wasn't even a tush-push. It was just like a regular push.
Yeah, well, see, in high school, you can't push. You know?
You can't.
That'll be a penalty, so you
this
just got to depend on the big boys.
Yeah, yep. Get behind the uglies and see what happens, right?
Absolutely.
All right, 4th and short, and if you went for it on 4th and 7 or 8, you're going to go for it here on 4th and...
Yeah.
They're calling it 2. That looks like 1 to me, but all right, 4th and 2. 5.5 to go. South Carroll. You're going to do the same thing.
I think he's going to get it there.
Well, that time he's going to get it. You do see Rodriguez pushing.
I do see that, yeah.
But I didn't get called. And let's see.
The keeper with Evans.
They're going to stop the clock, and they're going to measure. Let's see.
I have to see where the...
You're going to see that play change next year, I think.
First down.
They're talking about that in the NFL, too.
Yeah.
They're trying to
that play will get...
ban the tush push. We used to do the Bush push, Reggie Bush back in the day from USC.
Right.
Anyway, first down. We're going to restart the clock, and look at that. South Carroll has outgained Winners Mill in this game. 169 to 134. Get there down 17-0.
I'm going to tell you, man, South Carroll has won this quarter so far.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. You want to see this end in points, though, if you're South Carroll.
Yeah, you have to.
Rodriguez is going to get them
Nice
into a
job,
first and goal situation. Oh, very close to the 5-yard line. And Anthony Rodriguez, 100-yard game in the books.
Yeah. I hear Coach Crumley and Coach Gavin's here right now. Don't change nothing. Keep running the football. Absolutely.
He has made a lot of Winners Mill defenders miss tonight. He's had a nice game. I mean, the tip pass is just going to stick in your craw because they've done a good job moving the ball here. First and goal from the 5. Rodriguez stood up. That time, give credit to 12, Malachi Denning. After a gain of about 2, long 1.5, maybe 2 yards there. So second and goal from about the... I think they're at the 3, but they're going to say they're at the 2. Maybe it's off the 3.
From the 4-yard line, Cavaliers.
Under 4 to go. South Carroll in its best position all day, all night. Goal to go situation from inside the 5. Points have been in a premium this year for South Carroll.
This has been their best drive the whole year, as far as I'm concerned.
They would do them well. Oh, it looked like a fumble.
No.
Yeah, they tried to give it to 51. They tried to give it to Gennaro Marchani, and I think he never really quite got the ball. And I think that's Caleb Kraus who picks it up, and another killer for South Carroll.
It is Winners Mill football.
That is just.
I'm not the coach. I'm not second guessing. I don't know why you just don't give the ball back to Rodriguez a couple times there. But
yeah, I agree. 100%.
You want to make sure you have faith in Marchand. He can do his job. He just didn't quite corral the handoff, and Caleb Crouch, again, falls on the ball. A good athlete, makes a good play for Winters Mill's defense. And now he gets to turn around and start on offense from the 5.
Well, I'm quite sure that's a play or a formation that they put in just recently.
Short
Gennaro
yard.
is not a fullback. You know,
and short yardage play, though, big guy, athletic.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was 51 to try to carry the ball.
Yeah, I think it was,
All right, here's a handoff to
now you can't miss a tackle.
Paris Lee, who gets out a gain of about 6. Yeah, he missed the tackle in the backfield there.
9 yards on that play. We'll call it 8, so 2nd and 2 for the Falcons.
Up to the 12, so we'll give him 7 on that play.
So this is where your squad's going to go back to the sideline and go, what do we have to do? Good Lord.
Yep.
That was a great drive.
It was a great drive. Converted 4th downs twice, a 3rd and long, and you come away not only with no points, but a turnover.
A turnover, yeah.
And I think we're going to get an false start.
By someone on the line.
That or an
I think the
encroachment.
running back moves. I think Malachi Denning lurched a little bit there. That usually means it was coming his way.
Yep.
We saw Gelati do that earlier where the ball was definitely coming to him, and it turned out to be an illegal shift. But that'll back them up a bit. So it'll be 2nd and we'll call it 2nd and long now. And the ball bounces up in the air.
Oh, we're going to get the ball.
South Carroll falling it for a touchdown.
Yes. Sometimes
the ball does finally bounce their way.
Yes, Cutter Stanton.
Number 4, Cutter Stanton. Coach is right. Bad snap. Just goes off. I think it might have gone off Denning, too. I couldn't really see him. Stanton falls on the ball in the end zone. That's the break you need.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a direct snap to Denning.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The way he crossed in front of the quarterback.
Yeah, I think
put his hands up.
You're right. So it went wrong for Winters Mill, and South Carroll capitalizes, and now Stanton is back out there, or Hunter's back out there to kick.
Soccer game got
23, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And that kick is up and good. So with 2:30 to go, South Carroll avoids the shutout. Winters Mill still leads, but it's 17-7. With 2:29 left, and that's Johnny on the spot there for Cutter Stanton.
That should put some energy on their sidelines.
And they get the ball back.
Yep.
Well, they get the ball back, but I mean...
Well, their defense has got to go out and make a play now.
Defense has to make a play, right.
Coach Miller's getting in the guts of a couple of those guys right there.
I think maybe a couple guys have, in his eyes, maybe let up a little bit in this, had a big lead when everything went well in the first half. You just had another turnover there for your defense, and then you give it right back again on offense. So credit South Carroll for not hanging their heads on that play.
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially after they had gotten out of the end zone, and the penalty pushes them back to where you're closer to your own end zone, and then the bad snap, and Stanton falls on the ball.
Well, anything can happen on any given Friday night. So, that's what I'm sure Coach Miller and his staff are thinking right now.
Gather them when you can and just tell them that, hey, this ain't over yet.
And how big is that 3 points that Camden put on at the end of the half?
No doubt.
That's huge. Huge at this point.
The weapon.
Yes.
I mean, it's tremendous that you can have a field goal kicker with any field goal is great in high school, but to know that you can have one from 30 yards and it changes the whole outlook of the game.
Absolutely.
You don't
That's
have
how we beat Westminster 2 years ago with Bernard.
That's right. And a good job there all the way into the end zone from Hunter.
There you go.
And it's going to be a touchback for the Falcons.
Lane.
They'll set up shop on
Step
their own
wrong.
20-yard line.
Nice job, Hunter. I don't know where he came up with that blonde hair, but
Hey, you see Coach Crumley saying thank you for coming back after the soccer game.
Absolutely.
High fives all around. You see Manny Rodriguez there, number 1. And number 5, something to watch here. Tyler Carroll coming off a little bit gimpy. He's one of their receivers, so he's out now and off on offense, at least for the time being. And there you go, Anthony Rodriguez, 18 carries for a $110.
Yep, nice football.
Not bad for the 10th grader.
Yep.
I promised myself I wouldn't call him AJ, and I almost called him AJ. I see A. Rodriguez. It's a force of habit.
Yep.
First and 10, Winters Mill from the 20. Do they have an answer? Here's Kellen Crouch going to keep it himself.
Crouch on the keeper.
Pick a couple yards there.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Falcons.
This is where the control of the clock comes in big for Winters Mill, right?
Yes. And I like the play selection where you keep it in your quarterback's hands, a good athlete, good with his feet.
I think if
But
you're
a good play by the defense.
Yeah,
right
it was.
there.
It limited the damage. Excuse me. I think if you're Coach Miller, you'd love nothing more than to run out this quarter with the ball.
Yes.
And then take your chances there in the final 12.
I agree.
2nd and 7 from the 23. There's a handoff. And Paris Lee, having another good game here too on the other side of the ball for Winters Mill. That's a first down for Winters Mill, just what they needed. Paris lost his pants, but he picked up a first down. He's done a good job. Almost the same play that South Carroll's running.
Yep.
This is a nice job by the guards up front, the line, and Lee knows what to do once he gets into the secondary.
He runs hard.
He does run hard, north and south.
Yep.
1st and 10 and a big one. I think Winters Mill needed that one, just at least to take their breath and let this clock run. Kraus going to hand it off again to Lee.
Good job by Shakur. Good
Jackson
job.
Shakur was not going to let him miss that time. They're not going to let him get out of his grip. He got a couple yards, but he was fixing to get 3 or 4 more.
Yes.
And Shakur made the stop, so.
It's one of your defensive techniques that you teach all the time in tackling is grab cloth. Grab cloth.
Well, he grabbed cloth and did not let go.
No.
Lee got 3. We'll give him a long 2, so 2nd and 8 as we are under 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Winters Mill 17, South Carroll 7.
Nice
that time
job.
just stood him straight up. That's Shakur again. That was Nico Baez. I believe that was Baez on the carry. Either way, yeah, it was Baez number 2. That's a great job by South Carroll to penetrate.
And Coach Bernard's being a little bit more aggressive with his inside backers now, bringing them in the gaps.
Shakur 57 and 71. Is that Blayut?
71 is Blayut, yes.
So a 3rd and long, and I think Winters Mill can hold this to the end of the quarter. So they will have gotten through the quarter on this drive. They're going to face a big 3rd and 9 with South Carroll not out of this game. You said this game is not over yet.
I'm going to pull those guys. I'm going to pull South Carroll to the sidelines, and I'm going to stoke them up because they just won that quarter. So
they did win that quarter. You're right.
You just took a 5-0 football team and just won that quarter. So
you've outgained them to this point through 3 quarters, despite the fact that Winters Mill leads 17-7. And Coach Kraus, if you're looking for positives and you're on South Carroll's side and you're their fans, even if you don't win this game, and there's still a whole quarter to go, you have to like what you've seen out of them from the beginning.
Oh, I think it most definitely, and I think Coach Crumley said it. He felt that, matching up against these last couple teams in their schedule was going to be a little bit better than the first 5. So, I think it's proven itself out here tonight.
It's nothing but good experience, too, for the young guys, the guys that weren't starters last year on varsity. These are the games where they can look back and remember, I got better in week 6 against Winters Mill.
Yes.
I mean, they still could win the game. They may not be able to win the game, but I'm just saying it's those sorts of things. And there you go.
They're outplaying them. They're outplaying them. Yep. I mean, you see the 3 turnovers. That's the
killer.
difference.
That's the killer.
And young teams, that's going to happen. You just have to eliminate them.
South Carroll scored on its 1 turnover. It's 1 takeaway. So, all right, big play here. 3rd and 9 to start the 4th quarter.
And they kept it in Caleb's hands.
And they did. He's going to pick up a first down and get up almost to midfield.
Yep.
First down, Caleb Kraus.
That was Cutter Stanton going for a ride out of bounds, but not before Crouch picks up a huge first down for Winters Mill.
Crouch gets the ball up almost to midfield.
Yep, almost midfield is right. You hear John Lowe in the background, the PA announcer here at Winters Mill. It's going to be at the 48-yard line.
That's a big play for Winters Mill. Big play.
And it's 1st and 10. Kraus kept it. And Good job by South Carroll. Only picked up about 4, but that was a good job by Kraus of faking that handoff in the belly. And that was Rodriguez on the part of that tackle there.
Well, part of your game plan has to be you have to have a spy on the quarterback. You know, we talked about, you know, you can't be that +1 situation, so you have to have an individual that's spying that quarterback on that keep or that option read. So that was a good job by South Carroll.
Gain of 4, gain of 4 for South Carroll or Winters Mill into South Carroll territory rather. Second and we'll call it 7. High snap, crouch, hands off. Positive yards there. Whistle blows. That play dead. That was Denning, number 12 on the carry. That's Stanton again, number 4.
Got a gain of 4 or 5 yards on that one.
That'll be a third and manageable now for Winters Mill. A long 2.
10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the game.
I think Winters Mill's going to run the clock. They're going to drag the clock out.
I don't know why you wouldn't if you're Winters Mill.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to put the ball in the air much at all. But there's 10 minutes to go. You got to be careful.
Yes, you do. Yep.
South Carroll proves it can score and move the ball. Up the middle goes, is that Crouch?
Kraus plows forward.
It's a first down.
We'll see where the
He's done a really good job on this drive to keep the ball.
He has. The read option.
In his hands and pick up a first down.
First down, Winters Mill.
Down to the 41-yard line, first down.
Okay.
Clock running under 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Winters Mill trying to
Going to be close.
Actually, that was number 9, Aaron Jones, on that play. Forgive me. And they're stopping the clock.
2nd and 1, Falcons.
There's an official's timeout. Let's see. No, that's not a first down.
Nope.
It's going to be second and 1. 2nd and 1 now. And there's your first down. Paris Lee.
First down, Paris Lee.
They make it tough on a defense when you can get that many guys run the ball effectively. And we've seen that all year. We've seen them do this all year.
Fresh legs, man.
Yeah.
You know, they get a little bit more drive. Yep. They don't come down on first contact. I'm really impressed with Winters Mill's front, though. They really have done a good job.
Yeah, they're not the biggest guys in the county,
No.
but they get the job done. They trap and pull well.
Yep.
And we've seen that all.
I said to Coach Miller on the field before the game, I said, you don't impress anybody coming off the bus, but, man, once you're on the field, look, there goes Kraus.
Yep. Nice face.
Crouch on the run.
And their offensive coordinator, Coach Hop's calling a good game.
Yeah, Coach Hoppy. Again, we talked about staff, stability of staff.
Yes.
Coach Gino, Coach Hoppy, Coach Bowersox, Coach Coons at the JV level. They've all been here for a long time, and there you go. Look at that, 160 yards from the ground to land as a team. You're going to win a lot of games when you run the ball like that effectively.
Yeah, I mean, you keep your staff together like that. There's
Right.
a lot of continuity.
Yes,
that gets
yes,
built.
because you know the kids
Yes.
cycle through.
Yes.
But when the coaches from the JV level can send them off to the varsity level, and they know the system, they know the same guys,
Yep.
it bodes well. And it's paying off this year. Which, like
It's
you said,
paying
been
off
good
for
to
Winters
see.
Mill. Yes, it's great to see.
There's a high snap. Handoff goes to Malachi Denning.
Now
Might be coming back.
get a hold,
Might be coming back.
Looks like a first down, but there's a flag on the play.
And that hold happened after he passed him, so that was.
Now that comes from the spot of the foul. So let's see
Back things up just a little bit.
if that's now they're going to stay still second down because it was. Let's see. If it was right about the line of scrimmage, it might still be second down. Yep.
Coach, we'll give a shout out to our fearless leader, Mr. Michael Brown, who this week got inducted into the Edgewood High School Hall of Fame. That's right, boss. Props.
So it backs them up behind the sticks, 2nd and 12. There's a little short pass to Denning. That was a nice play call there, Coach. Just roll crouch out, safe 4-yard pass, and he picks up a first down.
The defensive end there should have either peeled or just knocked him on his butt.
And that's good for a winner's mill. First down.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Get him behind 2 sticks. The next play, they get a first down. Another demoralizing play for the SC defense.
First down all the way down to the 15-yard line. Just a reminder that we will be, after this play, I'll tell you what we're going to do next week. I didn't see him break the huddle. All right, 1st and 10. Fake Kraus faked it, and that time South Carroll snuffed that one out.
Paris Lee on the carry.
Like Hamper.
Give credit to Hamper
And Eric
and 51, Gennaro Marchani. Nice job, Paris Lee, negative yards.
Yep. That might be the first time that they've held him behind the line of scrimmage tonight.
6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the
that's
game.
Hamper stood him up first, and Marchani helped take him down. So, 2nd and we'll call it 13. Winners Mill still in scoring position. Under 6 to go in the 4th quarter. There's a handoff to Baez. He gets back to the
Nico Baez
past the
with the
original
carry.
line of scrimmage. All right, now I'm going to tease this for you. Next week, CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Francis Scott Key travels to Manchester Valley. I've got confirmation. Coach Kraus will be with me in the booth in Manchester Valley next week. As long as the creek don't rise. What's that saying? Anyway, next week, pregame at 6:15, kickoff at 6:30. So a little earlier next week on October 13th. We'll be there. Another great Carroll County High School football game.
Another good Carroll County football game.
Should be a competitive game between the Eagles and the Mavericks. All right, 3rd and we'll call it 9. Kraus is going to keep again.
Nice job.
Nice job taking down. I think they wanted a face mask, but I don't think so. That was 57 again.
Yep, that was Jackson Shakur.
Shakur, he's been on in a lot of these tackles lately. And let's see, we're going to get, I already see Camden Cook stretching the leg out.
Yep.
So a nice job by Shakur. He grabbed the cloth, right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Grabbed the cloth. And if he didn't get him, Jimmy Graham was going to be right there behind him. I'm sorry, that was 68. Pardon me. That was Eric Rapids. So this will be about a 32-yard field goal.
This has been one of Jackson's best games, too.
Sure has.
Seen him, really get downhill, shoot the gap, make the plays.
Have a field goal attempt.
High snap. Ball is
And
down.
the
It's
kick is
blocked.
Ball's
It was
live.
blocked. That ball's live. And South Carroll, nice job on defense.
32-yard attempt blocked by the Cavaliers, and they will take over.
The snap may have had something to do with it. You got to wait a little second to get that ball
Yeah, a little
down.
high.
And who did it? Well, that might have been Hamper, number 9. Might have been Landon Hamper.
Ball down by Schoonover.
They got some athletes on that line. Did a good job there.
The Cavaliers will take over on their own 20-yard line with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
The ball was actually at the 21, so it didn't go past the line of scrimmage. So I think they get it from where the play ended, correct?
Yes, that's what I would think.
In high school, I think if it goes past the line, no matter what happens, if it's not good, and you get the ball back, it's almost like a touchback.
Correct.
At the 20.
Correct.
They're going to call this at the 21. So I think it's the South Carroll's ball here. There's a good look at that script Cavs helmet. Looks pretty sharp.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 21. And here's JoJo Gelati.
Gelati on the
Nice
carry.
jet sweep.
go.
Met
Good
by
job.
Cauldron of
Tackled
Falcons.
by Tommy Hinkhouse and company, but not before he picks up 7
We got a
yards or
good
so.
7-yard gain on the play. We'll call it second.
You said it earlier, the Cavs might not win this football game, but they're going to be winners in this
Under
game
4 minutes
in
remaining in the
practice on
game.
Monday.
There's winners, and I'm going to tell you I would agree with your assessment that they've won most of this second half.
Yes, no doubt.
Taking nothing away from what Winners Mill's
No.
done. They've run the ball very effectively.
Yes, that was a great series they had on the last.
They've collected 3 turnovers. That's good defensive plays.
Yep.
And here's Anthony Rodriguez again, trying to make a couple guys miss.
On the run,
And
brought down by Dallas Poole.
that time, good job by number 21, Dallas Poole.
Close to a first down. Yep.
Another Grandma Poole highlight for
Yeah, right.
our South Carolina viewers. And Rodriguez has proved elusive. That's a nice tackle there by 21, and I think Paris Lee was in on that too. Yep.
Well, this is going to do wonders for his confidence moving forward as well.
Don't forget, coming up in the post game, we'll have some We'll talk about the game, see some of the highlights at the very end, and we'll talk to one of the players of the game.
He threw it too late.
Tipped pass. Campaneschi almost had another interception by Dallas Poole. Was it behind Campaneschi, Coach?
Yeah, I think the quarterback situation is, and I think Caleb's still learning, but he's got to throw the ball before the receiver is open. You got to throw the receiver open.
Right.
You know, and he's learning that. Right. Yes, and he's learning that. Yep.
2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped. 3:18 to go. Winters Mill closing in on a 6th straight win. That'll make them 4-0 in county play. Here's a nice toss to Gelati. That's a nice play.
Yep. He flies forward for about 9
Baez
yards.
in on
3rd and 1
part of
on
the stop
play.
there for Winters Mill.
Check that. Make it 3rd and 3 on the play.
And Baez converged with a couple teammates. It was hard to see who it was from up here, but either way, it'll be 3rd and 3. 2:50 to go. South Carroll trying to get closer here in the final minutes. Pressure on Evans. He goes up top. He has a receiver.
Nice job.
That's a catch.
Evans
Ian Straley.
Complete.
Well, Evans dropped that in the bucket.
Yes,
Straley made the
Straley.
catch.
Cavaliers will move there.
Straley had a step or two on his defender.
He did. Had to come back, but good job on Straley to keep his eyes on the ball.
Yes.
With a couple defenders. And you see Tyler Carroll back in the game, number 5.
Seconds remaining, folks.
And that's a first down at the 30-yard line for South Carroll. Here's Rodriguez, got it some space.
Rodriguez
through the
on
line.
carry. Brought down by Victor Tejada.
First and 10 over the middle. Pass is complete.
Evans.
Oh, that was 2nd down and
Pass
4.
complete
Sorry.
across the middle.
Either way, it's going to be a first down. It's going to be a 1st and goal. Right at the 10.
Flag on
And
the
they're going to
play.
throw a flag.
Pass is complete to Yeager.
That was Braden Yeager on the catch. Let's see the flag.
Let's see what the flag is.
I think Kraus stayed on top of him, wouldn't let him up.
So let's see. Oh, you were right. You can hear the official laying on the player. Is that a 5-yard penalty?
5 yards. Yeah.
All right, so 5 yards tacked on, and Coach Miller wants to know. He's actually talking to his defense, wondering, what are we doing? That's down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he's not happy right now.
Infraction called against the Falcons. That's going to bring about 1st and goal.
First and
Delay
goal
of
at the
game called on
5.
Falcons.
Pitch to Rodriguez. Trying to
Rodriguez
go around the
carry.
left side.
Stopped by Tejada. 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining in the game, folks.
2nd and goal. That's no gain. We'll call it no gain. 2nd and 5 from the 5. Rodriguez again. This time pull. Oh, Rodriguez stayed up. I thought he was down on the ground.
It's the 3rd time he's done that this season.
I think Poole let up for a second. I didn't think he had to tackle, and now we got a South Carroll player down. Player's down. Yeah.
Okay.
Look here, Poole's got him. I think he just slipped away. He just slipped out of his grip. A 71, Tejada tried to get him too. I'm not sure, maybe a couple guys from Winters Mill kind of collided. So here's Coach Miller making sure. Not happy with the way the defense has played lately.
Nah, there's a couple choice words in there, I'm sure.
You got to keep their heads in it too, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Just like you were stoking up South Carroll. You need to try to stoke up. That was Anthony Rodriguez, by the way, on the ground. He's coming off on his own power. That's good to see.
Yeah, it's been a long night for
It
him.
is. Going to be some cramping.
Let's not forget to hang around. Coach Steinweddle's got a job for you after this game.
So again, time's on Winters Mill's side here. It's probably going to be, we're going to wind the clock.
I think you're going to see Cutter Stanton here get the football in his hands, maybe.
.120 to go. And
Ah, we can't.
You got a flag on the play.
Oh, my God.
I saw it.
You know, punch the
wait a
wall.
minute. Wait a minute. A timeout was called.
Oh, okay.
You're bailed out. Don't punch the
Okay.
wall. A timeout was called. Look, I had a bug on me a second ago. I had to figure out where that was coming from. Coach wants to punch the wall. We're running out of gas here with 1:14
I
or so to
remember.
go.
I got to tell you the story real quick.
Go ahead.
So it was many years ago, and it was Coach Brown was on the sidelines,
Coach
and we had headsets that had wires.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's how long ago it
Yeah,
was.
right.
Well, so I was a young coach, and I was always the guy that had to keep Coach Brown's wires unscrambled.
Yep,
Right?
yep.
He took his headphones off on a play just like that down in the end zone, down near the end zone, and threw those headsets up into the stands. Oh my God, it was so funny.
It was like
I'm
a lasso.
chasing the
Yeah,
wire.
yeah, like a
this
lasso.
is crazy.
Like a lasso.
Yeah.
But he forgot you were behind him
Yeah.
as your grip.
Yeah.
You were his grip.
Oh my gosh, he was so much fun to be coached with.
All right, so there was not a false start there.
Good.
It looked like they jumped, but Winters Mill called a timeout. So
Good.
1:14 to go.
So
Third.
Anthony's back in the backfield now.
He is.
Yes.
Third and about 2. Oh, and then
And got some shenanigans.
they do it anyway.
False start on the Cavaliers. That'll back things up just a little bit.
So 3rd and 5 becomes a 3rd and 3 becomes a 3rd and 7. Yep, too many guys moving it down the line.
Yep.
Gelati and Yeager were both in motion, and you can't do that.
Although Winters Mill, wasn't successful on the field goal, they won by the possession of holding on to the football.
Oh, agreed.
Agreed. 1:14 left. I mean,
Yeah.
they used the clock.
Evans going to try to make something happen.
Throw it.
Threw it incomplete.
Evans pass incomplete. Intended for Gelati.
Gelati and Campaneschi were out there.
Yeah, fourth
Couldn't see who was
down.
actually trying to throw to. Yeah, so it'll be
With
4th
1
down
minute
now.
left.
4th and goal from the 7. And
Folks, I'm thinking we need that 12 player.
Not a fan favorite
let's
of
hear it for
rolling to the
defense
left
here.
and throwing across your body.
that's tough. That's tough. But this will be basically the game here for South Carroll if they want to
Yes,
have
it
any
will.
shot at sticking around in this one with 1:09 to go. Winters Mill fans
Fourth
getting
and
into
goal,
it on their feet.
Cavaliers.
John Lowe encouraging the home
17-7.
crowd to get loud.
1 minute 9 remaining.
Can they make a stand and keep it a 10-point game? Evans over the middle.
He's got it.
Caught.
Pass is
That is a
complete.
touchdown.
Great
Yeager,
touchdown.
good
Brandon
hands.
Yeager.
Yep.
Touchdown Cavaliers to number
So,
22.
not done just yet.
Brandon Yeager.
1:04 to go officially. And that's a 7-yard touchdown pass.
That brings the score to 17-13. A point after attempt by Cannon Hunter.
And 64
The
seconds
hold
left.
by Irwin.
Ain't over.
Ain't over yet.
Ain't over till that fat lady sings.
And the kick
Kick
is
is up.
good from
Good job,
And
Hunter.
it is good. And your
Hunter.
score is now 17-14. Winters Mill with just over a minute remaining in the
It's
game.
funny that well, we don't know for sure, but I know they had a soccer game tonight. So Cannon Hunter comes back from soccer, and he's already kicked a couple extra points and had a touchback. So
Yep.
a welcome addition to the second half for South Carroll. But again, they have to get an onside kick here to probably win this game, or at least try to tie it up somehow. But Winters Mill left them with a little bit of time, not much time in the second half. South Carroll's played really well in the
Hey,
second half.
I don't want to take nothing away from Winters Mill.
Right.
Nothing, because if they end up winning this football game with a minute 4 to go,
They earned
it's
it.
deserving.
They earned it, yeah.
They earned it, But, and the big but is that Coach Crumley can put his team on the bus and be very, very solidly happy with their performance tonight.
I can't agree with you more. I mean, that's the story of this game.
Yes.
It's going to be a Winters Mill win, and provided they hold on with 1:04 to go, and they'll go to 6-0 and get ready for next week. But South Carroll can, and I'm not saying this is cliche. I know it is, morally win. You don't morally win
Yes.
anything really, or
No.
but you can come away with winning feelings.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. They'll come into practice tomorrow morning feeling good about their performance, and that's a step in the right direction.
And trying to finish the last 3 weeks of the regular season strong, and
Yes.
who knows? Who knows?
Absolutely. They have Liberty and Homecoming next week. They
still
want
have
to perform well. They got Century
coming up.
and Key. So,
Aaron
a
Jones
couple
back
games
in.
on their
They can
schedule
compete
that they
in.
can compete and win, yes.
Yep. All right. Ball bounced up, but I believe Winters Mill picked it up. Not a bad attempt by Hunter, but I think Winters Mill has it. Yeah, they do.
Yep.
And the Falcons recover the kick.
So it was a good attempt by.
Football with 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining. Oh.
All right.
And a flag up.
No, don't do that.
Win
with class, lose with class.
Going to give credit to 15, Braden Jones, who had the ball there on the onside kick. Some frustration there at the end on both sides. The South Carroll player wasn't letting Jones up. We saw that a minute ago with Kraus. Just frustrations, but it happens.
Pat, I don't want to say anything that is redundant, but I go back to week 1 when we were doing Westminster and Franklin. Special teams is huge.
Oh yeah,
huge. And Camden putting that that field goal in at the end of half is
that's the difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy.
The difference in the game. So. So we got personal fouls on both sides.
There you go.
Offset. Delay of game on South Carroll for not letting the player up. I'm going to believe it's Winters Mill's ball either way. And then they're going to run off the final 102 here and come away with the victory.
On Cavaliers.
It's a good officiating crew.
Yeah, clean game in terms of called well on both sides.
Yep.
I think we saw the white hat official last week too in our game of the week. It looks familiar to me.
Set up shop just inside Cavalier territory.
South Carroll. Let's see. They have a timeout or two. Not full victory formation, maybe, but I don't know if they've called a timeout in the second half. Winters Mill called that one down there. We had an injury timeout. Well, let's see. It's going to be Crouch anyway.
Field Crouch on the keeper.
And South Carroll does stop it.
Timeout called by the Cavaliers.
58 seconds on the clock officially, and South Carroll burns a timeout. I think you mentioned this, Coach, and you're right. South Carroll can walk off this field today with heads up, and they can look at individual performances and say, we did better than the opposition. I mean, Anthony Rodriguez, again, I think that was a good game by him. Jackson Shakur.
Yes.
We called names on people. Landon Hamper. I mean, we had guys make plays all over the field. And just a reminder that we have some big soccer games coming up for you next week. Westminster at Winters Mill boys on October 10th at 6:30 p.m. County championships are starting to come up for grabs. We got some games that really mean a lot for the county race. Boys and girls action next week's heating up, and just like football, those playoffs will be beginning soon, and that's always fun to watch.
Yep, absolutely.
Postseason sports. Paris Lee going to try to get around the right side.
On the carry.
Picked up a few yards, and Coach Crumley will burn another timeout.
Again by the Cavaliers.
55 seconds officially. And Lee only got basically 1 yard there on that play, so they must have had the timeouts to burn.
That is the Cavaliers'
Well, by
timeout.
using the timeouts, you're showing your team that you're not quitting either. You're gonna play until the end, till the last whistle. So if you got them, no sense taking them on the bus with you. Give your team a chance.
That's true. Yeah, you can't take them with you.
Yep.
Well, you can, but they don't do you any good.
They don't do you any good, right?
So I don't know if they have one left. I mean, I think we're going to find out here in a second.
Yeah, we will.
But, if they have one left, they stop them. I mean, they'll get the ball back. One, according to the guys here doing the clock for us. So this is Aaron Jones, and
that's a good play.
It's not going to be a first down, so that's going to stop the clock again.
Yep.
Moves the ball up.
So it'll be 47 seconds left. That's the third and final timeout. Hey, South Carroll's going to get it back, it looks like.
Hey, so I'm going to bring back 2019, same situation. We told our punter to punt the ball out of bounds.
Okay.
Out of bounds. He punts it down the middle of the field. Scott Tobias' son, I think it was the punt returner, returned it down to about the 20, 30-yard line, and then they threw a pass, and they won on the last play of the game. 17-14. So
not that you remember any of these things.
No, not that I remember.
Well, we saw Coach Tobias earlier in the booth next to us, and he was cajoling and saying he's not really officially on the staff, but he's back watching the game, and he was another long-time Winters Mill coach that obviously head coach of Westminster way back in the day. And his kids went to Winters Mill, good athletes, lacrosse players, football players. So here comes Camden Cook. We'll see what he's got.
So get a return here. Get a return.
And they will get a little bit of a return back at about the 10-yard line. And flag comes in.
Campaneschi with the
It was
return.
Campaneschi, and tackle made by Eddie
35
Andolina.
seconds remaining in the game, ladies
Number
and gentlemen.
19. That's a personal foul. You're right.
Face mask. Yeah.
Face mask. So hold
The
on.
barn burner.
Hold on. That's a face mask on Winners
15
Mill.
plus. Yep.
So that's going to give him 15.
Penalty called on Winners Mill.
And,
Looked like face mask.
geez, put the ball up at about the 45-yard line. 43-yard line. Now they're out of timeouts.
Right.
I think they're out of timeouts
Will
now.
start on their own.
And let's not forget that Cannon Hunter has a pretty good leg, too.
Oh, absolutely. And what were some of those Coach Gino sayings that all those kids were remembering? Holy
You guys
crap.
in the stands.
They got to try to find some chicken salad.
Yeah, they're sweating right now.
35 seconds to go.
Match protect. Throw it.
Complete. Pass complete.
Evans' pass is
Down to the
complete.
35.
Braden Yeager. That stops the clock on the first down. 29 seconds left, Coach.
The ball now on the Falcons' 35-yard line. Clock is ticking with 25 seconds remaining.
Back to pass is Evans. Another complete. It gets out of bounds.
Pass complete.
That's
For
Ian
first down,
Straley.
Ian Straley.
Down to 18 seconds. That stops the clock, too.
So on the sidelines, are you thinking win or are you thinking tie here?
Well, on the road, what do?
You're thinking win. Go for it. Absolutely.
You're getting closer and
Nice
closer
job.
to field goal range, I would think. You're inside the 25-yard line,
Yep.
and it's a good Carroll County football game, Coach.
I knew it was going to be a competitive
You
game.
did. You said it. The key to this game was both sides had to compete. I think
Yes.
we've seen it.
Yes, sir, we have.
Back to pass. Wintersville brings pressure. Both guys going for the ball. I think that's a good no call.
Yeah, no
South
call.
Carroll wanted it, but
Yep.
both guys were hand fighting.
Intended for Straley.
I think that was a good no call.
Yeah, I agree.
13 seconds remaining.
Although on the sidelines, I'd be yelling.
Oh, of course you would. I get it. But I think both guys going for the ball. Nobody tugged the jersey. You're going to hand fight a little bit there. Well, what did that play tell you? That play told you they're going for the win.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
What you can't have happen here is a penalty on offense or a sack.
Yes. Can't have a sack.
Sack would end the
game's
game.
over.
A sack would end the game. And Winters Mills had a couple of them that
Yeah.
stymied drives for South Carroll.
Front's got to communicate. They got to look to see who the blitzing linebacker might be. I'd be looking at. Here he comes.
Oh! Almost got Evans. Incomplete. Wow, that was so close to being the game over.
Yes. This will probably do it right here.
Nico Baez.
No, I think they're going to bring in the field goal kicker.
Oh, 2nd and 10.
So there's 8 seconds remain.
8 seconds
Third
remaining.
down, I guess if you, well,
There's
let's
still
see.
time to get one play
Yeah, I
off.
would think so. Maybe I was wrong. No, they trotted him back off. So I thought I saw, oh, they're going to bring him out.
Yeah, he's
And
out
this is
there.
going to be a 40-yard field goal, Coach.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm not-
maybe.
I hope Cannon didn't kick any in the soccer game.
Gonna be
Well,
a
here we
field goal
go.
attempt By the Cavaliers.
A 40-yard field goal to tie the game.
Hunter to kick, Irwin to hold. This one is a 40-yard field goal.
It is good.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Drilled by Cannon Hunter.
Wow. What a fantastic job by Cannon.
Just a little bit of pressure there, Coach.
Yeah, just a little.
High snap, drilled it. I mean, it's good
Yeah, he
for
did.
4 or 5 more yards.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
South Carroll sideline erupts. The
Great
fans go
job.
crazy. And we might have ourselves, oh, we do. We have ourselves some overtime. I thought there was a couple seconds left
That's
on the
huge.
clock.
That is so huge.
All right, so here's the deal. We're going to go to overtime here. Unless the rules have changed, Coach, I believe,
I don't believe
there's no
so.
time on the clock.
Correct.
Time is not a factor. Whoever wins this coin toss can elect to get the ball or play defense, and you just trade possessions until somebody doesn't score.
Correct.
So there's the captains. Both quarterbacks, Caleb Evans. It'll be his call. What do you want to do here? You want to play defense first or
I
offense?
do. I do. Yep. Although our offense has got a lot of momentum, so maybe not.
So let's see.
Winners Mill wins the toss.
So I think
or no.
Wintersville won it, and they're going to go toward
That
the
direction.
school side of the end zone.
Wow.
So regulation team stats. 180 yards through the air.
Yeah, and probably 120 of them in the last 2 series.
Anthony, 124 yards rushing. Evans, 155 and a touchdown.
Wow.
Lee's got 84 yards and a touchdown for Winters Mill. I don't know if the stats count in overtime since you start from the 10. I'm not sure. I don't think they do. But we can look into it.
Yep. I do not know.
All right, folks, if you're not familiar with high school football overtime rules, here's how it works. Each team gets the ball at the 10-yard line. They will have 4 downs to score. Each team gets a shot. At the end of the equal number of tries, the highest score wins.
Winters Mill on offense first. First and basically, it's basically just first and goal to go now. First down from the 10.
Yep, 4 plays. Yep.
Handoff Lee. Broke a tackle. Nice job, or else Landon Hamper had him in the backfield. He gets down to about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line. A nice run on first down.
Yeah, Hamper had a chance there.
Looks like a 6-yard carry for Lee.
I think you're going to see 2 teams just run the ball until the other defense can stop them.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see Caleb Kraus have the ball in his hands here.
Boy, I go back to that 2 plays before the kick, but they were that close to ending the game on a sack.
Yes.
And credit Evans, he eluded the play, incomplete pass.
Yep.
And they trotted the field goal kicker out, and Cannon Hunter drilled a 40-yard field goal. That was great.
Amazing.
Second and goal. And there's a pass. Nico Baez is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Nico Baez.
Nice call by Coach Humphrey.
That was. I was expecting run.
So did I. Well, it gives him the option. If the receiver's not open, he can run the football there by rolling him out.
So Baez, a 5-yard catch.
Caleb Kraus to Nico Baez for the touchdown. Point after attempt by Cook.
You would think
Hold by
Camden
Kraus.
Cook will go after an extra point, and he will.
Yep.
And how big now was that blocked field goal?
Huge.
Down the other end by South Carroll.
Yeah, huge.
Special teams.
Yep.
And I heard some other contact, but the
So
kick
did
was
I.
good. Kick was good.
Wow.
Didn't I hear double? I heard double clicks, didn't you?
So did I. Yeah.
So 24-17 in the first overtime. South Carroll gets it cracked from the 10. We might be here for a while, Coach.
It's cutting into my Corona time. No, I'm so happy for both these
No,
guys.
this is fun.
I really
This
am.
is fun.
Good county football.
I mean, you got to give a ton of credit to that last drive on South Carroll with and I'm going to say inexperience in terms of varsity experience.
Yes.
Inexperienced guys making big plays down the stretch for South Carroll.
Yes.
Evans was poised in the pocket.
He was.
Big catch to Yeager,
He
big
was.
catch to Straley.
Yep.
And then Hunter's
First and goal, Cavaliers. They have 4 downs to match the Winters Mill touchdown.
Cannon Hunter. There's too many Hunters.
Cannon
Cannons,
Hunter,
Hunters.
yeah.
If they don't, it's over.
All right, Caleb Evans. What's the answer in South Carroll? It's Rodriguez. Met by Baez and number 6, or number 8, excuse me, Caleb Kraus. And those are the guys that Winters Mill needs to win this game in the middle of the defense. Boy, Paris Lee is soaked through that jersey. He looks very.
Now you want your defense to be stoked here, but you don't want them to make a penalty.
You don't.
That would be huge.
But you do want them to create negative yardage, which is what they just did. So
Yeah,
now it's second and goal from the 12. You can't kick a field goal here. You got to score a touchdown if you want to win or move on.
Now this sets up a little bit of play action
does.
maybe here
It
with
does.
Anthony. So
Evans. I think he wanted to give that to Rodriguez, and there was nothing much doing there. It was almost looked like a wheel route or something out of the backfield. And credit Evans to just get back to the. Well, actually, he got a yard out of it. Yeah, he got a yard out of it, so it should be 3rd and about 11. That's 2 down territory.
Yep.
Again, no time on the clock, folks. 4 downs for each team.
You obviously you have to score, but you don't have to score on this play.
No,
you can run the ball here if you wanted to. If you have something you think can get 5, 6, 7 yards,
This is a run pass play
and set something up here. But it looks like they're going to have trips over here to the near side. Evans is in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Evans going to put it up top. Try to get it to Yeager. Good coverage by Paris Lee. And this is the game. This will be the game. 4th and 11. South Carroll has to score a touchdown and then connect on the extra point or go for 2. We got to get there first. That was a good job by Lee. Good coverage.
South Carroll.
A tough play.
One more play.
It's that underrated defense we talked about earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
And goal from the 11-yard line.
Smart timeout there. Let's call it timeout. I think you get 1 per overtime. Ooh, I'm tired. I'm just sitting up here watching the game. I'm tired.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You might look to see Poole or Cook make a play here, I think.
Okay. I mean, you almost have to pass here if you're South Carolina. You cannot. I mean, you'd have to have the run play of all run plays because you can't just get a first down. You have to score a touchdown.
Yeah. Or have A1 Rodriguez, not A. I like A1's change.
I mean, yes, but even at 4th and 11, that's a tall. That's a tall order.
Yeah,
I know you like it. I know. All right, so here's the play of the game.
All right, guys, let's see what happens.
The play of the game. It's been a fun one.
It has been.
We'll see if South Carroll's got one more play in them to keep this thing going. There you see the Falcon faithful. Evans back to pass, jailbreak, and there's the sack.
6-0.
Paris Lee ends the game after he just missed ending the game in regulation.
And that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And that's a huge win. Of a great game.
Yeah, great football game.
Just a great play there by Paris Lee. You said Lee and DePool, and there they were coming off the end. And there was nothing South Carroll could do in that play. That's a heck of a game. That's a
great football game.
That's a good win by Winters Mill to persevere because of the way South Carroll played that second half. I got to say hats off to South Carroll. You see the coaches shaking hands here. They're telling each other, you guys played a heck of a game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was fun.
I'm telling you, Winfield's going to be a little bit happier now. That was a good football game.
I tend to agree. I mean, look, you go in 5 weeks and only scored 21 points. Not much is going right for you, and you almost matched your whole total in one game.
Right.
And you answered the bell late when you had to have points. I mean,
that's experience that'll pay dividends in years to come.
I tend to agree. And if you're Winters Mill, I think you hit it on the head, Coach. This is that defense that made plays. The defense is the reason they won the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, one of the reasons we got here. But the defense, 3 takeaways, and we'll talk more about it as we see the final stats here and the final score. I mean, that's a huge win, and I think you leaned on your defense. You just see some dejection there from South Carroll, but again, that's going to be heads will be held high tomorrow in practice in the morning.
Yes, the kids are going to feel bad now, but tomorrow after they've watched the film and they see how they performed all the way down to the end, there's going to be some good heads.
Final score, Winters Mill 24, South Carroll 17. And the field goal there late made it 17, and then Winters Mill scored on its first possession of overtime and then held South Carroll out of the end zone. A big play by Paris Lee, who had a lot of big plays tonight on both sides of the ball. I'd say he's their player of the game. And if you're South Carroll, A.J. Rodriguez really stood out to me, Coach. Anthony. See, I did it. Yep. I told you I was going to do it, and I did it right
at the end. It's overtime, though.
I know. Anthony Rodriguez. He had a heck of a game.
Yes. I think it was a coming out party for Anthony tonight.
I think it was a coming out party for a lot of South Carroll players.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with you about Anthony, but just a lot of players. You see this is some assistant coaches talking there. Yep.
Well, Sturdy played with Gino, so with the Cannons.
Yeah, Coach Gino knows a lot of the guys over there. A lot of coaches, and you see that almost every time in a Carroll County game. The respect level is high.
Yes.
On both sides of the ball. Yeah, you see Coach Miller. I can only imagine what he's talking about. He's going to stress the positives, but there's a lot to work on if you're Coach Miller going into next week.
Well, he's going to tell him, I think I indicated, you got to worry about that cockiness and confidence, you know. You got an 0-5 team coming into your place, and you think that you can, just put your helmet on and play.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't happen that way. That's why they play the games any given Friday night.
South Carroll outgains Winters Mill. They have more first downs. The turnovers bite them. And Wintersville made a couple more plays than South Carroll did. That's the reason they won the game.
That's exactly what it was. They made a couple more plays than South Carroll did tonight.
Yep. You can't look past anybody in this league, and I think sometimes it's human nature, right?
Yes.
Hey, we're playing a winless team.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of business, and then we're gonna go win again next week. And you can't do that.
And especially with 15, 16-year-old kids.
Sure,
Absolutely.
sure. You can tell them 1,000 times who you're blue in the face, and
You're
they're
blue
gonna
in the face.
something like that's gonna happen. But you know what? It's a win for Winters Mill. They're 6-0 for the first time, and congratulations to them.
Congratulations to the Falcons and all of the coaching staff, because it's well deserved. The kids stayed, focused and stayed in the game, and it came out on top.
And you start piling up wins. You start adding points to your resume, and you can have home games in the playoffs. And that's never happened. I mean, I don't believe that's ever happened in Winters Mill history. They've been to the playoffs a few times,
Probably
but
not.
never at home.
Yeah,
So
that'll be a big plus for them. Yep.
It's still got a few weeks to go, of course, before we get to that point. But well, that was just a fun football game.
It was.
We've had a couple really
It
good
was.
ones. Coach Kraus,
Again,
I appreciate you, my friend.
Absolutely.
We'll be back again next week. We said FSK at Man Valley next week, but before we leave tonight, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see the end of the game highlights, and we'll talk to some of the players of the game. So stick around. CMSportsNet postgame show coming right up.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza,
That was fun,
pasta,
man. Good
subs,
job,
and
South
more.
Carolina.
Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our #1 priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week, we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports Podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our number one priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports Podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael.
All right, we're here with Coach Miller. He's going to give the keys off to an assistant following the win. An overtime victory. Wintersville 6-0 for the first time. But, Coach, I know that there's a lot of things to work on, and I know you're not fully pleased with the win. But just how about your guys' defense, the way you were able to stop them in overtime and hold on to get the win?
They gave us what we needed when we needed it. I wish it wouldn't have gotten to that point. I got to tip my hat to South Carroll because they played lights out. I mean, they gave us everything that we could handle, and that's their record belies kind of their abilities. So they're a better team than what they show, and they're going to win some games. So good luck to them going forward. But I'm happy our kids stepped up when we needed them to. We got to be better down the stretch, though. We jumped on them pretty quickly. We were staying on schedule, and then we got off track. The penalty here, a missed assignment there, and all of a sudden we're behind the sticks, and we can't keep our schedule going. So it was frustrating in that regard, and again, probably something to do with how they played against us. So we're gonna have to correct that. But I'm happy. I'm happy we get 6 wins. The kids have worked and they've earned it, and I'm happy for us.
And this is one of those, you can correct me if I'm wrong, one of those examples of, like, you got to be mentally ready to go every week. You talk about it all the time, how you got to don't take anybody for granted. I'm not saying you guys did, but maybe there was a little bit of, like, let up in the game, and it almost cost you.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, you go back a year, we were underdogs to South Carroll, and we went down and we took them right to the wire, and then they beat us right at the end. You get into county, the records kind of go out the window. The kids are familiar with each other. They've been playing against each other since rec league. You got to put all that stuff beside because you're going to get everybody's best shot. And as we accumulate wins, we're going to keep getting everyone's better shot. So if we want to take that next step and go to that next level and be a better team, we got to be better in, not wait till the end of the game to pull it out. But I'm happy for a win.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Coach Matt Miller.
Yep.
Good luck the rest of the way.
All right,
good?
thank you.
Yep. Coach Matt Miller, one of the victors of the night, Winters Mill, 24-17 overtime win over South Carroll. I'd like to thank Mike Kraus for joining me on the broadcast. We're going to leave you with some of the highlights from the game, and don't forget, we'll be back for another one next week. FSK at Man Valley, 6:30 kickoff, week 7, almost already here, right around the corner. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us on the night's game of the week, and we'll see you next time.